All the updates and info on your home for the NFL in the Valley. It's summertime, and the Fanatic is your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Also at 95.9 FM in the East Valley.
It's the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon, the annual year-long event where you could save big by bundling Home and Auto with Progressive. So big that we're kicking things off with fireworks, a monster truck battle, a fighter jet flyover, and it wouldn't be a party without the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon dancers. You can't really hear them, but trust us, they are working it. So come for the fun and stay for the savings. Only at Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Okay, ladies, we all know one of the greatest feelings in the world when you get together with a friend and she says,
"Girl, those pants look amazing on you."
But even though I'm happy dancing inside, I just play it cool and say, thanks, they're Skechers Go Walk Wear pants. And why do I always get compliments on these casual, athletic, stretchy pants? Because whether I'm hanging with friends or working out, nothing beats the fit, comfort, and versatility of Skechers Go Walk Wear. They're made with comfortable GoFlex fabric that has compression and hold, including a double compression waistband. What's that mean? It gives me curves in all the right places and minimizes the spots where I want a little help. And the versatility is incredible. Go Walk Wear pants have 4 pockets, 2 back and 2 side. Plus, they're machine washable and come in extended sizes, so everyone can look great in these pants. Easy care, easy wear, and made to fit every body. That's the Skechers Go Walk Wear line of pants. Find yours at Skechers.com, a Skechers store, and find retailers everywhere.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canyer, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
at earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K2560 Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing some buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And I don't know.
What?
I don't know if I don't know about you, but it's kind of hard to get motivated during National Lazy Day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Today's National Lazy Day. I don't know who decided this. I was going to look it up, but I was just not really feeling up to it.
Well, I understand. I understand today was National Lazy Day. However, the guy who invented it, he put it off till today.
Okay,
it was supposed to be yesterday.
Well, that would be procrastination, Bob. You know what I'm saying? That's
well, he was too lazy to get to it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling pretty damn lazy. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Because I didn't actually do any work for the show. I have no idea what you want to talk about.
No.
Talk about chorizo?
No. I think we covered that yesterday. I love chorizo, and health wise, it's probably not a good idea. So outside of that, I don't know what you want to know. Don't know what you want to know. It's National Lazy Day.
Did you get any rain at your house?
Yeah,
over the evening.
Yeah, well, no. In the butt crack of dawn, there was a butt crack of thunder. It woke us up, and then followed by another one a little bit later on. It was pretty good thunder boomer right there. And then we started getting rain this morning. So I don't know if it rained all night or not because I was asleep.
Well, once things go to the butt crack, then that of course it gets things rain.
Ooh.
Well, you always got to make it so damn awkward. It just I'm not talking about the butt crack. It was a figure of speech.
Hey, I don't think it's a figure of speech.
There's no actual butt crack. Okay.
Well, I don't know about Don's butt crack, but I'm sure it looks lovely.
What?
I don't even want to say anything.
Who's Dawn?
Too lazy to yell at Phil. That's how lazy today is. I just feel lazy. And so, hey, later on, will you give us a comprehensive weather report so we know what to look forward to? Is this going to be the way it's going to be? All you don't have to do it right now. I'm just saying.
I'm kind of lazy today. Really don't feel like turning on the machines and
the machines, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. So
the weather, prognostication equipment that I have.
My wife promised that I might actually have Taco Tuesday today.
Taco.
I got that to look forward to. Yeah, and I don't know if that's actually going to happen now that she knows it's National Lazy Day. She might just be like, you know what, to hell with that. Let's order some food. And by the way,
rewind that. Yeah.
If you ever eat the Domino's, if you ever order Domino's delivery,
it's good lazy food.
They're doing a thing right now that I don't know if I'd like this or not because it
has something to do with Domino's Lazy Day.
It would give me pause. Like, oh crap. Okay, so here's what it is. If your delivery order comes with extra food, you'd be like, "Ooh, extra food," and then you'd be like, "Oh, somebody else's order must have got messed up. If they gave me extra food, that means somebody else is getting the wrong order, and then I'm going to call to find out what's going on." And then you're like, "Wait a second, did I get charged for this?" It causes a lot of stress when you see that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Domino's just launched a new promo called Surprise Freeze, where they add free food to random orders over the next month. Like you'll suddenly get an order of cheesy bread or, some desserts, or maybe here's another pizza, something like that, which, it seems like a nice, generous thing to do. But if you're not expecting it, you're A, automatically suspicious. And B, it's a little bit stressful because you think about that poor bastard who didn't get his pizza. And you're feeling kind of bad about that.
I mean, everybody listening to the show within the sound of our voice right now knows that this is a gimmick that the Domino's has going on, and they won't stress over it.
Well, and since it's National Lazy Day, you don't have to do anything special. You just order through their website or app, and they say your chances of getting some free stuff is 1 in 14. And I don't know how long this is supposed to last. I don't know what the deal is with it, but you might get some extra free stuff with the Domino's. So that's nice. I mean, that's a lazy kind of thing. Or you can be lazy and get some IKEA meatballs. People seem to love the meatball. I've been to IKEA. I've had the meatballs, and I don't get why people are so crazy about them meatballs.
No kidding.
Do you love the IKEA meatballs?
I've never had an IKEA meatball in my mouth ever.
Maybe it's a millennial thing. Now to a man who's had the IKEA balls in his mouth, the meatballs. Phil, you say you love them.
They are saucy and they are delicious. They are exclusively what I eat at IKEA and what I go to IKEA for. You're
telling me you can't find meatballs as good somewhere else without getting lost in a maze of furniture you can't pronounce?
And maybe it's the ambiance. Maybe it's that you can take them while moving around, but they are damn good.
See, I don't get the connection here. I know IKEA is one of them. Netherlands, Iceland.
It's all made up. None of these words are actually Nordic. They're just made up words.
I know it comes from over yon, here, there, and there.
Across the pond.
Yeah. But how the hell do you get involved in a hey, Sven? Let's open up a furniture store. I got a great hook here. I'm going to put grandma's meatballs as a ploy to get them to come into the store. They can eat meatballs while they walk around looking at overpriced furniture.
Meatball. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it either.
Absolutely delicious.
I think since Phil here likes it, then you have to assume that the millennials love it. So
have you guys haven't tried it though, right?
I've had one. No, I've had one.
You've had one.
It tastes like something you would get out of a Swanson's frozen dinner, to be honest. I'm not even kidding. I was not impressed by the IKEA meatballs, but for people who are impressed by the IKEA meatballs, they are celebrating their 10th anniversary of their loyalty program by giving away thousands of scented candles that smell like their meatballs.
What?
So you can light a candle that smells like their balls. Yeah, they're supposed to smell exactly like the Swedish meatballs from the food court, and they're giving away like 3,000 of them. Under 2,000 people are going to win candles. Another 1,000 will win boxes that just happen to have a candle and other stuff in it. They're called Store in a Box. So everything is supposed to give you the sensory experience of being in IKEA. And
I don't know if the meatball smells why I enjoy them so much.
Yeah, and you have to sign up for their IKEA family loyalty program to do it.
See, there's the hook right there. There it is.
Or
there it is.
Just buy a bag of meatballs and take them home and cook them. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, I don't like food scented candles because then you get a false sense of like, ooh, we're gonna eat something. Oh, ooh, well, I don't like that bacon or cinnamon or cookies. No, give me the real thing.
Unless we forget that actress that she had the
Gwyneth
candle
Paltrow.
that smells like her for JJ there.
I wonder if she's
and those started to catch on fire now.
Now listen, IKEA gives names to stuff that just don't make any sense. For her candle, it should just be called disappointment. 888-368-1580. Jagdog says, Randy, you will for sure win that Lions donkeys bet. The Lions have now signed Zane Gonzalez. In the bag.
Well, it's over, Phil. You might as well start shopping now.
Special teams is a third of the game. Yeah.
You might as well start shopping
now. Zane puts special in the special teams. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right he does.
Mr. Pringle says, my friend David, he just lost his ID. Now he's just Dev. Boogie says IKEA meatballs with brown gravy and lingonberry sauce. Oh yeah, I'll eat those all day.
Yes,
lingonberry sauce.
What the hell is lingonberry?
Lingonberry, it's like their special berry that they just utilize in everything. They even have this like lingonberry drink, I believe.
Is it Lincoln or Lingon?
He says lingonberry.
No, lingonberry. Yes,
I just like
lingonberry. I like to make it more American.
So you want to taste Lincoln's berries?
I do want to taste Lincoln. They taste like honesty. That's what they taste like.
Well, yeah.
Well, Kyle G says IKEA is from Sweden. You know, Swedish meatballs. That's the connection. And actually, those meatballs are pretty good. Yeah. It's the sauce, I think.
I mean, I can see the popcorn. Hey, come on out. We got free popcorn while you go up and down our aisles here. Balloons for the kids, that sort of thing. Meatballs?
Yeah,
not so much.
Yeah, whatever works, man. Because this whole fake Swedish name stuff is you'd think the Swedish people would be offended by it. You know, it's like, oh, I mean, none of that stuff makes any sense. So whatever. So National Lazy Day, and I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything happening in the world of sports that we should be talking about?
Jordan Love will actually see real life reps of him.
Who?
Jordan Love, the backup to Aaron Rodgers.
We were talking about IKEA. I thought you said Bjorn Love.
Oh, no.
Didn't it sound like he said Bjorn Love?
It sounded like Bjorn to me.
Well, yeah, because old Aaron Rodgers is just sitting on his ass until the season starts.
Well, he's been out there throwing. He's been out there dropping dimes. There's a couple of videos of him doing impressive stuff. But outside of that, he's going to give up the job to Jordan Love.
99.5% of all NFL quarterbacks that are starters will not play in the preseason. There's only 3 preseason games, so that's great. But in general, no, there's no reason for it. There's no reason to risk injury. There's no reason to throw them out there. The only person I've heard that is going to actually play his starter was Bruce Arians, saying that Tom Brady will maybe play a couple of snaps at the very least, but everybody on the team has to play in the preseason games according to Bruce Arians.
Why? What we're talking about Tom Brady here.
It's about the team.
Yeah, but we're talking about Super Bowl champion Tom Brady.
It's the illusion that they are trying to put out there that no man on this team is more important than another man. It's the of Bruce Arians.
I guarantee you that Uncle Bruce will either retire or run away and change all of his rules and regulations if one guy comes in, hits Tom Brady in that surgically repaired knee, and he's lost for the season. That will never happen again.
I kind of think this is supposed to be Bruce Arians' last year as a coach. I think he knows that, all right, A, got a Super Bowl as a head coach. B, my best shot is to do it immediately the next year after. And if that doesn't happen, I think that he will retire. But here's the question. Is he a Hall of Fame coach if he does retire, at the end of this season?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, you don't look at his win and loss record so much as you look at his accomplishments. I mean, for a long time with the Steelers, he worked with Roethlisberger. With the Colts, he worked with Andrew Luck. He's worked with Peyton Manning. You know, I mean, his reputation is about developing and working with quarterbacks. And then head coaching is sort of his secondary thing. You know what I mean?
And also, he has nothing really else to accomplish except for maybe a dynasty. And as far as coaching goes, he's accomplished everything as far as time given to the sport. Accomplishment in Coach of the Year. He's won that, and now he has a Super Bowl.
But let's rewind back to my original question. Is he a Hall of Fame coach? Or is he a Hall of Fame quarterback coach? Do they have any Hall of Fame quarterback coaches? Because remember, he worked with Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, others that I can't remember right off
Carson
the top.
Palmer.
Okay, well, I guess that's enough to keep him out of the Hall of Fame then. Carson Palmer. Yeah, now that you mention that sort of he was on a fast track, and now it's over. So, is Bruce Arians a Hall of Fame coach?
I think he is. Yeah,
I think it's a fair question. I think you look at him at the entirety of his career for his days as an assistant and as a quarterback's coach, and then he did pretty good stuff with the Cardinals. And look, you won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. So, what is the criteria? We talk a lot about Eli Manning. Should he go in? Well, he's got Super Bowls, yeah, but the rest of the time he kind of sucked. But so it's like, well, no, he didn't. Look at his stats, yada yada yada. We've argued those. So, what is the standard criteria for a Hall of Fame head coach? Now, don't give me Tom Landry. Don't give me, the greats of the game. Give me the guys who got in as a head coach that you're like, huh. You know what I mean? That is where the standard
does is. Does he have to go in as specifically a head coach or just a coach?
I don't know. Whatever gets Bruce Arians in there. What would get him in there? Would he get in there as? Do they have a selection of quarterback coaches?
I don't think so.
Well, you have to go in as a coach then.
Wasn't he also the offensive coordinator for quite some time with the Steelers?
Yes.
And with the Colts?
Yeah.
Yes. And he was coach of the year when he filled in for Cancer Pagano that one year. So,
and he was coach of the year when he was with the Cardinals, I believe.
Was he?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe that if you tell me it. I don't know for sure if it's true, but I'll believe you. So again, what is the criteria? Forget about Bruce Arians. What you say is the level. Like, okay, this guy as coach is a Hall of Fame coach. So just be as good as him or better, and of course you're in the Hall. So I just don't know what that is. Usually when you see a coach like Bill Cowher just went in, he has one Super Bowl and a pretty good record. Mike Tomlin has the same record, so that means he's going to be a head, a coach in the Hall of Fame. Where does that leave Bruce Arians? What is his overall record? Now, his overall record as a head coach is not going to be as long, but you got the Colts year, you got the Cardinals years, and now you've got the Buccaneer years. So is that enough put all together? So I'm just kind of curious there. Kind of curious where he's going to land in the conversation of a Hall of Fame coach.
Well, he's won more than just one Super Bowl. He's got one, at least one. There's two. Okay. As an assistant coach, two-time Super Bowl champion. Count. As a head coach, Super Bowl champion. Also, he's a two-time NFL AP Coach of the Year in 2012 and 2014. The guy has, an exemplary record in developing quarterbacks. His philosophies on the offense I believe, it was game changers. And listen, I think the guy is completely a Hall of Fame coach.
He has won Coach of the Year twice.
Randy was right. So probably enough right there just to say, yeah, okay, he will be in the Hall of Fame. But, if you say as just a head coach or this or that, then that might actually change your thought process a little bit. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to find a reason to not put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm just trying to make sure that we are correct when we say that's a Hall of Fame coach right there.
Well, some guys, they go in as something, but then they turn out to be much more. Yes, they're going in as a head coach for Bruce Arians, but that could just be something like John Lynch too. John Lynch is going in. He went in this past season, like a couple nights ago, and into the Hall of Fame. And he very well is working on a resume for a general manager berth into the Hall of Fame, but he's not going to get two busts. He'll just stay in there, and then they'll add to his bust that he was a general manager and he was worthy of a Hall of Fame in that regard as well.
888-368-1580. And Navy Devil says, if you buy IKEA furniture, you have to move it more than once. It'll be destroyed.
Yeah.
That's not been my experience. It's as long as you're, not too hard on your stuff when you're moving.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bed. What is that? The foundation of the bed. What is that?
I would never buy that from IKEA. Are you crazy?
I know that stuff doesn't work, but everything else is fine.
SOL says, since it's lazy day, do I really have to listen to the show? No. Do whatever you want, man. It's lazy day. It's up to you. Yeah. Straight Striper says, no IKEA meatballs. In the past, they found traces of horse meat in the meatballs, at least in 12 countries.
What did you think was in the meatballs? Just funs and bunnies and kittens?
Is it wrong now that I kind of want them? Fish Tank says, I don't think I want to have my house smell like a place that's trying to trap me in a maze so I can't leave until the very end.
Well, until you buy something.
Cardinal Art says, I demand a lazy weather forecast and a tall boy. Damn it. Give me a tall boy. Well, we'll give you the beer. We'll get around to the weather forecast, but
it's 93 degrees downtown right now.
Whatever. Papa Mike says, what a great way for Domino's to cover up their screwed up orders by going, oh, no, we're just giving you extra. It's on purpose. Mr. Pringle says, I'm surprised Kyler Murray's not playing in more preseason games because it doesn't appear he's done growing. Jeez, that was pretty bad. Cabana says, Lakers now have 8 future Hall of Famers. If LeBron is so great, why do they need to stack this team?
Oh, my God.
I know.
Oh, my God.
They've been saying that for years, man. Boomer Sooner says, saw the team on the NFL page, only drafting 2 teams or just the one we have together. Sorry, haven't played in 10 years. Okay. So I had to go out. Let me give you a little background. I had to go out and find some people to co-own the commissioner team with me so that they could use the team. And I just work as the commissioner of these leagues, because when you establish those leagues to do so, it forces you to have a team. So that is why you might see my name on any one of these Daily Blender Superfan leagues, is because I set it up. Now, then I have a co-owner that like Boomer Sooner, because I respect Boomer Sooner, and he's a pretty good guy there. And I thought, well, we'll put him in there and let him co-own the team, and he gets to run it 100%. So if he does great, I had nothing to do with it. If he does horrible, I had nothing to do with it. It is 100% Boomer Sooners team. So everybody who is doing that, just remember, you got to change the team name. You got to put the icon up. You got to pick the team. You got to do the draft. You got to put the players in. I have zero to do with it. And other than I'm overseeing the league. So if you try to do any nonsense, like, doing some stupid trades that have no point in being in there, I'm going to take you down. So I am just the commissioner. You are the team owner, and that's the way it's going to go in all these different leagues.
I don't know. Jerry Jones said the same thing when he bought the Cowboys at first. Give him year 3 and 2 Super Bowls. I don't know. All of a sudden, Jeffrey O'Brien, your radio pal, your league manager.
I'm a man of my word. Large Marge says, if you allow your 7-time champion quarterback to make you his valet, you are not eligible. Where did that happen?
I'm thinking Bruce Arians and 7-time.
Again with the hat, huh? All right. Robert Surprise says, I've been swamped at work. Is there a link to this fantasy football league? No, you've got to email me, blender@1580thefanatic.com, and say, hey, I want to play in the fantasy football, and I will get you an invite once we've figured out how many more leagues we're going to need. This whole thing is growing. The Daily Blender, show leagues growing. Last year we had I think 7 super fan leagues and the Premier League, and this year I'm pretty sure we're gonna have even more.
Well, last year too, I know from personal experience with any league that I was trying to come up with, there was a lot of hesitation about whether or not to even do fantasy because we didn't know if we would make it through an entire season. So I think overall the fantasy game will be expanded this year, just because of more confidence and security that there will be an NFL season seen through.
In all my years of fantasy football, last year was the first year where somebody actually seriously sent me an email saying, if that dude dies, can I have his players? I'm like, no, it's not, it goes to the waiver. Is it? I think. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I think that's the last of our worries if somebody keels over, man.
I think in honor of the person, you go to a best ball format where their lineup is made post post week, and they get the respect that they would have picked up the best lineup each and every week that they had available to them at the time.
I just say it depends on my record. That's what I say. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at usps.com/careers.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now, you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99%. Or 806947890, or check out districtlending.com.
Your exclusive home to the 6-time world champion
Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers. Tune in to The Fanatic for all of the fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Listen as the Arizona Rattlers vie for the playoffs and their 7th championship in team history. Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
And so I said to her, I said, Sister Mary, I get it and all. I understand
live,
how it
Jeffrey.
works, but hitting on my wife isn't going to get you anywhere. What?
We're live.
Oh, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And Boogie is over in League 5 right now trying to start a conversation about what to change the name of the league to. It doesn't get changed to anything. It's League 5. It's Daily Blender League 5.
Boogie, I'm right there with you. I think we need to themeize each and every one of these leagues.
I will jettison you as a co-owner, and you will be out of that league so fast.
I think it should be called Bearded Wonderment.
I got to keep track of all these damn things. We likely could have 20 leagues this year, and I don't want to have to be like, oh, the wonderment of someone's beard league. Which one is that?
Bearded
I got to find it.
Wonderment.
It's League 5, and you take it or leave it.
Why can't we be the Texas of these leagues, where we break away from the union and we have our own power
Then
grid?
nobody in the league is eligible to win the money then. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, see? That's
Harmon
what
Solar-
isolationism gets you.
Harmon Solar is ponied up money to give first place prizes to everybody who plays in the Daily Blender leagues. You get $100 if you win your league. So, okay, be Texas. And then guess what? Get your own damn prize if you're going to do that.
Well, we're going to have a prize. It'll be a lifetime supply of barbecue sauce.
Where are you going to get barbecue sauce? And what
Baby
constitutes
Ray.
a lifetime supply? I love the Sweet Baby Ray. I use the Sweet Baby Ray.
Yeah, I know Sweet Baby. Me
Well-
and him we go way Ray back.
I don't think you even know him.
Very nice.
Whatever the case, there's no anarchy. It's not a democracy. It's a damn fantasy football league, and I'm the commissioner. It's Daily Blender League 5. Boogie's in there. Filthy Phil is in there, and that's just the way it's going to be. And I want to hear another word about it.
I can't wait for Peyton Manning to replace you.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to get Peyton Manning fun. And then where will you be? He can barely read. He can barely read a defense. How's he going to be able to read this text line?
Wow.
Boogie says the 5th Blender Infantry Division. No. Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Still no. We're not changing the name of your leagues. It's just not going to happen. So just stop it. What are we doing here anyway?
The share division.
I learned something today. I didn't mean to. It's lazy. It's International Lazy Day.
Yeah.
And turns out Chinese Lucky Bamboo, it's not Chinese. It's from Central Africa. And it's not
What?
bamboo. It's actually related to asparagus. So
what?
All it leaves is a lucky. And at this rate, the way 2021 is going, prospects aren't looking that good for that either. So Chinese Lucky Bamboo is actually African asparagus. So it's African lucky asparagus, if it is indeed lucky at all. I hate when I learn things when I wasn't trying to. And no, we're not calling that league a league of inches. Forget it, Boogie. Stop it.
A league of extraordinary gentlemen.
Although, judging by all the people I've seen in that league, centimeters might be more correct.
Wow.
It's the Micropene League. Fish Tank says, don't worry, Jeffrey. Only about 5 months left of bad fantasy football questions. What do you mean bad fantasy football questions? Listen, when Russ Bliss gets here and starts answering all your guys' fantasy football questions, your dreams will have come true. And hopefully it helps everybody but Boogie. Robert in Surprise says, I want to play, but already forgot the email I got to send to. So
you want me to do it?
I don't know. I might just block Robert in Surprise off the text line right now. I just might hit that button. I'm hovering over it. I'm hovering over it.
Well, it's a good thing that it's lazy day, or else you might have already pushed.
Too lazy to block him.
I'm getting aggravated with that. You know why? Here's how I know how aggravated I am. I'm sitting in Radio Ron's office for a conference call, and somebody says, "Hey, what was your email address again?" I was like, Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. If you want to play in the fantasy football for a chance to win $100 for first prize of your league, that is where you just let me know, and I'll put you in there.
I think we need to make a promo that runs exclusively during this show.
Every break.
In every break. And all it says
.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender.
Now, clip that for me.
I am the sauce. You got the sauce. I am the sauce. You got the sauce. And we're going to play that just as much as we played that dumbass commercial.
Yes.
I think there's one thing off the checklist. Work smarter, not harder, right, Randy?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right, my friend. I got your back. I'll take care of you.
Just the tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I would put Bruce Arians in as a head coach for the Hall of Fame, but when one looks over the list of coaches already in there, kind of brings some doubt to Arians getting in. If he wins or gets to the Super Bowl this year, he will probably tilt the scales in favor of his induction. Well, Cowher had how many? He had one. He had one Super Bowl, but his record might have been something to do with why he got in. So that's why I was asking for what Bruce Arians' actual overall coach record was.
Well, I think it's like 76, and let me see if I can find it again. Because as a head coach, he's like 76 and something.
Hey, Randy, Phil's trying to interrupt to say, keep in mind. So just give him a damn minute, would you?
Yeah, Bruce Arians has some hard contemporaries to go against. Of course, there's Bill Belichick. Andy Reid's a no-brainer Hall of Famer. And then he's probably going to fall more in line with somebody like Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has an impressive resume.
Well, Mike Tomlin's is exactly the same as Bill Cowher. So if you're saying that Bruce Arians is like Tomlin, who's like Cowher, he's in.
Yeah, he's in that field. I think he's in that next step of where it's not a no-brainer. You have to think about it. Maybe they wait a little bit, but he'll probably make it. He'll probably make it.
Yeah, you've got to add on some of the intangibles, like how filthy of a swearing tirade he goes on.
I love that.
And every single referee out there, and even them, most of them still like him. The most of them sit there and kind of crack up at him at what he's saying, even when he's just screaming at him. Because here's what it is: it's a charming tirade of profanities being spat at you, to where you're even just like, I shouldn't be hurt. I should be upset, but damn, that was just really good. You just been impressed by it. So that should be added to it. His amazing hats, his little the way he wears his headset and his little button thing on his chest is either like he wants to be R2D2 or like somebody, they tie that thing around your neck, when you're a kid, send you over to the neighbor's house. You're like, I got this.
And he's got the Kegel on his head.
Whatever it is. What?
Or the whatever that hat is.
It's not called a Kegel.
What's it called?
It's called like a newsboy hat. I thought.
No, it's called. I think it's a Kangle or something.
Kangle, not Kegel.
Either way.
Boogie says the League of 8 Genesis and 2 idiots. What are you drinking, Boogie? Papa Mike says we can talk about this amazing documentary I watched today if you like. If you could read my mind, it's the Gordon Lightfoot story. Yeah, boy, that fit right in with Lazy Day.
Yeah. Let's see. Bruce Arians' head coaching record in the NFL: 81, 49, and 1.
Okay, percentage wise, what somebody's got to do. That's the problem. It's going to be
622. 622.
What?
Winning percentage is 622.
622%?
0.622. That's his winning. That's his.
So it's 62% winning. So what is Tomlin and Cowher's?
Oh, jeez.
Somebody find out what their winning percentage is, and that'll tell you the story right there, because they will all have equal amounts of Super Bowl wins. Thunder Snow says, I like Russ Bliss. Everybody likes Russ Bliss. In fact, my wife, she's like, that's my favorite show. I'm like, what, honey? She loved listening to Russ Bliss. Blissful Hayes says, what's your email address? Haven't heard it lately.
Mike Tomlin's is 0.642.
So higher. You said Bruce Arians was 0.62. All right. So close. That's close enough. But about, Cowher's.
Cowher's 62.3.
Bam. So Cowher is at 62. Bruce Arians at 62. Done deal. Bruce Arians is a Hall of Fame coach. Done. Right? Done.
Kind of feels a little wrong, but I'm not. Especially if they make it to another Super Bowl, I'd feel good. Even if they don't win, I'd feel.
How many times does this guy have to go and be successful in a Super Bowl? He's won it already twice as an assistant coach, and he's won it once as a head coach. He has
That's
3
an interesting
rings.
point, because
3 rings.
Tomlin and Cowher, how many assistant coach Super Bowls have they been involved with? So
Tomlin's been to 2 Super Bowls as a head coach. Won one, lost one. He won against the Arizona Cardinals, and then he lost to the Packers.
Well, there was also
Don't
Bruce
ever say that
Arians.
again on this show, Phil. Ever.
Yeah, no doubt.
Never, ever.
Bruce Arians, I think, was an assistant under Tomlin for one of those.
I don't
believe Cowher,
because Tomlin came from Atlanta. I know when he got hired, because they remember that
has to do with anything.
Well, because Ken Wisenhunt was supposed to get that job, and then the Mike Rooney rule took into effect, and so they had to go and interview Mike Tomlin. And as soon as he left the room, Mike Tomlin did. The rest of the room turned around and said, "Guys, is there any doubt that we're going to be hiring Mike Tomlin here?" And they did, over Ken Wisenhunt, who then left to become the Arizona Cardinals head coach.
Tell you what, it was the right decision to get Mike Tomlin. That's for sure. Kingsbury says Mr. Pringle will probably need to use all of his timeouts to get the catapults out on the field for
time to rise up
for Murray. He says, I figured out how to make that air raid offense work. They just need the catapult. Put the catapult under center, little Kyler Murray on the cup of the catapult, hike him the ball, launch Kyler from the catapult with the football to a wide receiver, catches Kyler and the ball in the end zone. Bam! Air raid offense.
Mm-hmm. So many fouls there.
Actually, is there any rule that you can projectile throw a player as long as they land on their feet?
I don't think there's a rule against it. And I don't think you have to land. Well, I see what you're saying. You do got to land on your feet.
You can't land on
your
your
have
knees.
the ball.
Yeah.
I like the idea forget about Kyler Murray. I like the idea for any player. I'd like to see somebody try that.
Get a Darren Sproles out there and just turn around 3 times and upchuck them.
So granted, they have to be itty bitty. Like, Andy Isabella. Size.
Sure.
Who happens to be the same size as other people. Fifth letter says, fellas, I've been knocking on doors in my neighborhood trying to promote 1580 Fanatic. So when do I get Phil's job on the blender? Double shot of Crown, Randy. Please and thank you. You think that's what it takes to get you the job?
You think I sold anything to get this job?
Well, we do have that commercial that says need some people here at the Fanatic to go knock on some doors.
Oh, I see.
Well, I've been knocking on doors, but it's not to sell things.
It's to let people know he's moved into the neighborhood by law.
Oh,
SOL says, I'm writing the email down. How do you spell blender? You know, in that conference call I talked about earlier,
yeah,
the dude did ask.
How do you spell blender?
Yes.
Holy cow!
Blender at 1580fanatic.com. You can't figure it out. You don't belong in the league. That's all I'm going to say. Just a Tip says, so Jeffrey, do I send my suggestion for my Blender 6 league name to blender at 1580fanatic.com? Sure, you can. And I'm just going to end up blocking you. Robert Surprise says, yay, I sent the email. Please don't block me. Large Marge says, Bruce Arians is a damn compiler. He gravy trained the guy whose car he parked.
He's a compiler. What the hell?
Sure, Tom Brady tips good. He's trying to say he just hitched himself on to Tom Brady, who drug him into winning a Super Bowl. That is baloney. Can I just give you that, though? Tom Brady is a great player, and he does a great job. But that whole team was put together by Bruce Arians, and that whole team and the other fella. Bruce Arians coached the hell out of that team, whether it was Tom Brady or anybody else. So,
well, except for Antonio Brown.
No, well, yeah, he didn't want him, but then he made it work, didn't he? Whatever he said to him, I guarantee you, Bruce Arians had a conversation that humbled and shut the hell up out of Antonio Brown.
Come here, baby. All right, we're gonna make this work, right? Tom Brady said that you got this, baby, so you're gonna do it, baby.
So, yeah, I would not take that away at all from Bruce Arians. All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, it's lazy day. We'll do what we want. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rate subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And all right, it's lazy day, but I guess we're going to have to get on with it here sooner or later. Somebody's going to notice that we're being, something. I don't know. Somebody's going to notice how lazy we're being, and we're probably going to get yelled at. It's inevitable. Hey, before we get into that, you want to see a picture of my wife's melons? Why did it get so weird here? I'm talking about.
I don't want to answer that question.
Cantaloupe. Sorry, I meant to say cantaloupes. There they are.
I felt odd if I jumped on and said yes. So I was really debating my job status.
Yeah, good on you for being trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you can see that there on the camera, but I told the story before about how the person who planted our yellow bell bushes, the ones I want to grow up to be 15 feet tall, so I don't have to see the sons of bitches that live behind me.
Right.
Yeah.
And how he used some of our fertilizer from a little garden box because he thought, well, there's nothing going on in there. Turns out we had seeds. And so he put that fertilizer. My wife got these cement fashionable square planters. They go in the front yard.
All right.
And after a little time, we're like, those don't look like flowers. And it turned out we were growing these fine cantaloupes up there. And then of course now there's a brand new one getting grown right there, and you see right next to it another baby one. And
I see that.
So these are a little ways away from being ready, but and it was a cute little baby, baby cantaloupe. Anyway,
that's very cute.
So I can't even be mad at the guy, because we have a farm in the front of our house. Yeah. Accidental agriculture.
Yes, your wife's melons and her bushes look fantastic, Jeff.
No, those aren't bushes. That's just fine.
Okay,
you gotta get the terminology right.
Sorry.
So anyway, accidental agriculture, and it was a nice morning this morning. The rain coming down, everything being nice, and as I'm sitting there reading a story. Now, I don't know if you know that her mom lives with us.
Yes.
And she's not really an English speaker. She understands a lot of English, but she doesn't speak it very much. She got a little bit here and there, kind of like me with Spanish, right? And I'm talking about this story, and she was like, she went after me. And she was scolding me during breakfast. And let me tell you what the story was about. It was a misunderstanding. So these stories are evolving as we go.
Okay.
First, we talked about Miami Marlins, Lewis Brinson, who was at bat there, and the Colorado Rockies fan that they thought was yelling, racial slurs at him. And of course, everybody lost their minds. They went and got the video. They're like, we're going to find that guy. We're going to ban that guy for life for yelling the N-word over and over and over again at this guy. So they went down and they got every tape they could get, every cell phone footage, everything. And they're like, okay, this is weird because nobody's reacting to this guy screaming the N-word at Lewis Brinson. And then they realized it's because he wasn't screaming the N-word at Lewis Brinson. He was yelling the name of the mascot.
Yeah.
Dinger, hey, Dinger. And for whatever reason, off in the distance, kind of sounded like something else. So it was understandable why people thought it was the bad word. And of course, they did the investigation, found out it wasn't. But even Brinson is saying, he's like, I've watched that video 50 times in the past 15 to 16 hours. And he says, yeah, I've watched it a lot, especially when I heard that he said dinger instead of the N-word. He says, but even when I hear it, he's like, I keep hearing the N-word. He said, I don't want to hear it. I never want to hear it, but that's all I can hear now. And he said, but then again, he says, I just want to make sure you guys know that, if that is the case, he was just yelling dinger, then I'm sorry for the backlash or anything that poor guy's getting right now. So, Louis Branson handled it pretty well. But yeah, he was just like, yeah, my ears keep hearing that. Well, we're definitely not going to play with this like we did Yanni, Laurel. We ain't going to do that.
Right.
So I'm talking to my wife about this morning, and her mom thinks I didn't say dinger.
Good heavens.
She starts scolding me, and she's like, oh, that's so bad. She's like, well, slap me. And she was like, that's so bad. And I'm like, whoa. So my wife had to explain to her in English I was saying dinger. And at that moment, I'm like, see how these things happen? They got to change the name of that mascot before I get beat up at breakfast.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and I think that's what Louis Brinson had said as well. He said, maybe it's time to change the mascot's name.
Yeah, it made me like her mom even more. But damn glad my wife was there to translate, because I about got beat up and I was innocent.
So instead of dinger, if they changed it to ding dong, would that be better or worse?
Probably worse. Maybe ding doesn't have to be in there at all. Call him Homer.
Yeah.
Homer.
Yeah.
No.
That's
That'll make for an awkward Pride Week if they hear that wrong.
Yeah.
No. So I'm sure that somebody else can figure it out, because if the Washington football team can change their name, that's a bad example.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, not my problem. It's the Rockies. 888-368-1580. All right. So Large Marge says, it's amazing that Bruce Arians didn't notice Antonio Brown in the back seat. I don't know what you are talking about, Large Marge. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, duo. And Moist One says, oh, yeah, I can't read that. 888-3. Oh, by the way, speaking of the names. So I don't know. So you get letters, you get emails, and sometimes things are like, you got to be kidding me with this. Now, you know what there's a lot of in Utah? Anybody want to guess?
Cow poo, pigeons, wait, I know that, locust, hay, there's a lot of cows.
Okay,
there's a lot of cows in there. Rocks.
It's all right.
I'm gonna go rock.
Yeah,
Rubber tires.
No,
a lot of rubber tires.
We're good. No, that's fine.
Brooms. There's a lot of brooms there.
White people, Randy. There's lots of white people, wall to wall white people.
Oh,
and Mormons. So
Randy's family's not out there.
Oh, shut up, Phil. Anyway, so the governor's name is Governor Spencer Cox, and he got a letter from a very concerned citizen. Let me just read you the letter. Dear Governor Cox, I don't know if you know this, but when people say your surname, it sounds like the word it's obscene. Us decent people here in Utah will not stand for it. The Honorable Republican Party will not stand for it. Most importantly, I will not stand for it. Because of your reluctance to change your foul, dirty, and obscene surname, myself and thousands of other Utahns will be sitting in protest, not standing, because we will not stand for it until you change your heinous sounding surname. Heinous. Okay. To something less offensive. This is a social justice issue, and we will not be denied basic human decency. If our simple request is not met, we will assemble and do what democracy was made to do by recalling you from office because of your filthy surname. This is not a communist dictatorship. This is the great state of Utah. We will not accept sick jokes to run rampant in our civil institutions. We demand a response to this letter, and we expect to hear back from your office soon. Love, a very concerned citizen. Now, this had to be intaked and stamped by somebody there at the governor's office, as you see right there, as an official letter. And the governor responded by like, just kind of put his hands up like, I don't know what you really want me to do with this. I don't know what you want me to do with this. I think somebody's just messing with him because, first off, if you put the word heinous in there and and then love, a very concerned, somebody's screwing with him. I can't believe this is real, but it is real funny. And so evidently no chance he's going to change his last name.
Wow.
Of course, I'd be tempted to say, well, what if I added sucker to it? No? Okay. Well, I'm just trying. No, I wouldn't go. I just
hyphen.
No,
you can't add it. Yeah, you can't add.
Say it.
You can't add an addendum to his name, but if you changed his middle name to Sucker.
Oh, dear God, no. So, no. Yeah, all of those things.
No, it would just be his original last name hyphen.
Yeah, no.
The new name.
We should probably move on because you guys are not responsible. I know how to tiptoe up to the edge, and now I've realized one of you sons of bitches is going to push me over, and I don't need that right now.
At least we're not Ralph.
Yeah. We got one shot at this. Oh, there he goes again. Mr. Wilbur says mascots' names should be changed to Jive Turkey.
Jive Turkey.
Wow. The 70s called. They want their mascot back.
What about Dino? Dino. Hey,
Dynamite. Like another Jive Turkey.
Could be.
Fish Tank says, let's make his name Big Al because he hits dingers. Thunder Snow says, magic underwear. Box of Screws says, just call Dinger mascot from now on. Kind of like, the Washington football team. Now he's the Colorado Rockies mascot.
Yeah.
Rough Rob says, will the morning show survive after this morning? I fear for Bruce. I have no idea what you're talking about, Rough Rob. Are you talking about the morning show on this station? Because, yeah, you got to give me some more information. I don't know what you're talking about. Did something happen? Does anybody know?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I was not listening to the show this morning.
Well, speaking of diarrhea, I want to make sure everybody knows that new TikTok trend on where you're supposed to eat the frozen honey.
Yes, frozen honey.
Don't do it unless you want the diarrhea. Here is where you freeze a bunch of honey in a water bottle so you can snack on it. You take little bites, but they're saying it's giving people diarrhea. A dietitian at the Cleveland Clinic talked about it. They said there's a sheer amount of honey people are eating. It's called fructose malabsorption. So your body is not meant to eat that much honey all in one sitting.
Well, I mean, you'll be sitting while you're eating.
Well, that's a good point. But one in three of us have an intolerance to fructose, and honey is 40% of that. So you can cause bloating, cramping, really bad diarrhea, like every other pill you've ever heard of sold on TV. The good news is it won't cause any long-term side effects. It's just if you were wanting to try the frozen honey, don't. It's going to give you the squirts. Diarrhea. The Lock says Dale left the show after an argument this morning. What were they arguing about?
Haven't heard anything.
You wouldn't expect Dale to leave the show. You'd expect Bruce to leave the show through a window if you've pissed off Dale. So does anybody know what that was about? I'm curious. Blissful Hayes says, listening to Filthy gives me diarrhea.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're good for weight loss.
Yeah.
Why not? I think that's good for everybody. Bruno Baller says, that's interesting. Doesn't Winnie the Pooh enjoy honey? Not frozen honey, but yeah.
It's because of the form it takes, you're able to eat more than you probably naturally would.
Mr. Wilbur says, surely, and it won't call me honey. Rough Rob says, yeah, 1580. Things got pretty heated this morning. Dale walked out. Well, what were they screaming at each other about when that happened? I didn't know anything about this. Nobody tells me nothing. 888-368-1580. So is there any sports on tonight? I think we got the Diamondbacks a little bit later, but okay.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are in action.
Yeah.
Well, Tony Esposito just died, so maybe they'll carry his funeral.
Who?
Tony Esposito. He's
Tony Esposito.
Yeah, he's a Blackhawks legend.
Yeah, Blackhawks and Bruins. Mm-hmm.
We have a new texter here on the text line. And he says, we had a teammate in high school whose nickname was Ucker, and he had the same last name as your Utah governor there. Oh, that tickles me. Just Tip says, Morning Show had a Twitter poll that says, would the show be better without Dale? And, okay. I'm sure everybody said no. Box of Screws says, did Bruce pull out a torch and light it? That scare? God. Box of Screws. I've said that actually. Pringle says, okay, stop with trying to help Kyler Murray. Mr. Wilbur says, I think Dale ate a honey popsicle and then he had to leave early. Okay. Rough Rob says, yeah, I guess Bruce did almost leave through a window. So all you guys are telling me is nothing right now. Maybe you had to go to the dentist. I don't know anything. And by the way, 6887 with that text. Hey, if you want to text into the show, tell us what your nickname is. You can use your high school nickname, or one can be provided to you if you need one, or just pick a nickname you've always wanted.
Like Honey Poo.
The constructors bonding poll question of the day.
Yeah.
Is the Jacobs and Helly show better overall with or without Dale?
I'd say with. What one? What's the percentage?
It says better with is 92%.
So 8% of people in that poll are Bruce Jacobs. All right.
Yes.
I guess they were fighting about ASU football, according to Large Marge. I guess I was the only one lazy enough to go to work today, huh, guys? All right, well, stop being lazy in the next hour. We got some NFL and other assorted things. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey there, you low interest rate mortgage lovers. If you have great credit and are good with your money, I guarantee you're in the wrong loan. Maybe it's time to learn what thousands in the Valley have already figured out. On a Life Changer loan, you can pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing one dime of your spending habit. Plus, your monthly payments are cheaper than what you pay now. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Changing your work culture can help change an entire culture. By embracing diversity, you encourage diversity. By making accommodations, you become more accommodating. So consider a member of Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind community for your next hire. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org. That's changeyourperception.org. Sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends who've used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at usps.com/careers.
If you're worried about your investments, you're not alone. These are challenging times, but it's not time to panic. It's time to act.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, founder and president of Compact Asset Management. With over 40 years of experience in the financial markets, I've seen what panic, indecision, and bad advice can do to investments. When markets are up, especially when they're down, it is important to be decisive yet balanced. That's our approach at Compact Asset Management. Call my office today at pound 250 and say, talk to Mo. We will discuss a proactive, balanced approach to your portfolio that can help safeguard your investments and keep you on track with your financial goals. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's create a strategy for your investments today. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Phil in there pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And I love it when a new texter, has a decisive nature and picks a good nickname immediately.
Okay.
I don't know if this means that they are or are not a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Uh-oh.
We can hope not.
But our new texter says, here's my nickname. I think I heard it on your show. It's called Rain City Bitch Pigeon. They want to be Rain City Bitch Pigeon. And I'm like, all right. Rain City Bitch Pigeon, welcome to the Daily Blender.
You better text in on Friday when Ralph gets here.
Well,
Rain City
one
Bitch
duty.
Pigeon, welcome to the show.
Just followed up with Go Hawks. So a legitimate
Apparently,
Seahawks fan, Rain City Bitch Pigeon, now part of the Daily Blender family. Welcome. And by the way, if you want to try to win some money, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can join our NFL Pick'em contest sponsored by Harmon Solar. You can win $1,580 for first place. You can win $500 for second. And I am told by our sales goon that he's getting those weekly prizes too. So go to 1580thefanatic.com, Rain City Bitch Pigeon. I just love saying it. And click on the link there. It'll give you the instructions and give you a link to where you got to go to get registered up. Okay. And the other way is join one of our Daily Blender fantasy football teams. Now, on that, if you win your league, you'll not only win $100 plus a little award, you also have a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance to get moved up to the Premier League by way of a random drawing from all the league winners. And you can come play with us. And there, the prize is $250. And here's the thing I love the most is when I get the email that says, how much do I have to pay to get in? I'm like, $0 to the radio station. But if you send me $100, you're welcome to do it. No, I'm just kidding. It's free, absolutely free to participate in our NFL picks contest and in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. And all that is brought to you by Harmon Solar. If you're looking for some savings of, your electric bill or you just, tired of being hassled by the man at SRP or APS, get them solar panels up there. Save some money. And it's a great investment in your house. Go to harmonsolar.com. So Blissful Hayes says, the real question is the 1580 morning show better without Bruce Jacobs? Okay, somebody needs to tell me the hell happened. What kind of a fight about ASU would cause Dale Hellestray to just walk out of the room?
There was a report out today. I don't know. I haven't confirmed anything yet.
Was Adam Schefter at the scene?
No, I didn't see Adam. I didn't see Adam Schefter's report on this. All I know, it was on the social media, and you know how much I trust that. But the two coaches on Herm Edwards' staff have been put on administrative leave for that.
That is actually true.
That recruiting violations that came out a few weeks ago.
Right.
So
I got that. It's Chris Hawkins and Prentice Gill.
Yeah.
Prentice a girl or a guy?
A guy.
It's a hell of a name to go through school with, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris Hawkins and Prentice Gill, they're on paid leave because of that investigation. So when they put you on the paid leave there, it's not good. That's not a good sign that they put you on the paid leave. That means that, there's now smelling like A, those two dudes are going to take the fall, and B, there's a fall to take. So this is not a good sign for what's to happen with ASU with their allegations about recruiting practices and during the dead period, recruiting practices, what you're allowed to do during COVID. And so there's a lot more than just the COVID visits going on here. So right now, Herm Edwards is not, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, man. This is not a good sign for the future, but all we know is at least this year, the boys are going to play, and we'll see what happens after that. So it's a shame. It's a shame, and really a shocking surprise if Herm Edwards is running a dirty program.
Now, I do know there is a bit of a history on the morning show between Jacobs and Helly regarding ASU football. Because as Dale, as you know, is a homegrown talent and was not recruited by Frank Kush to go to ASU, and he's kind of carried that saddle sore along with him.
So Dale is anti-ASU.
Well,
because
I don't know.
Didn't recruit him.
I don't know that it's anti. I don't know how much his frustration with this program is all about, but he's definitely not a five-star supporter of ASU. Let's put it that way.
In that situation, I find Dale Hellestray to be an honorable man, and so his opinions on things I don't think would be tainted by past things. I don't think. Bruce Jacobs, however, that dude loves to poke. He'll poke that bear, and that's probably what happened. He just poked the bear, And Bear finally had enough, and he's lucky that he just ended up hanging around by himself for a little while and not getting himself an airborne trip to the hospital. So again, I don't know.
Well, sometimes things may not always be what they seem on the radio. So
hey, we could have been just messing around too, for all you know. But boy, all these texts coming in think it was legit. Hamilton Porter says, "Yeah, I'm just getting off work. Did you guys talk about how Dale almost legitimately killed Bruce on air over this?" Yeah, I'm still trying to sort
about
this
what
out.
time was that? I'd like to to go back and do some research.
Thunder Snow says, "I listened until 7:15 a.m. and it was getting pretty heated about ASU. Not sure what happened after that. This morning's podcast, well, that should blow up now. Everybody's going to go check it out."
Oh yeah.
Can y'all just wait till this show's over? That'd be nice. Because, granted, that first hour was where you should have done that because, well, we were lazy. This hour, we're talking a lot of NFL and actual things. So, just saying. Hamilton Porter says, "No, Randy, it was about 8:30 a.m. when Dale walked off. So this had been going on for a while, I take it." So,
all right.
Navy Devil says, "I've heard ASU will have a whole new staff next season." They very well may, for all you know. I mean, Herm Edwards, to save his own ass, might clean house, or the, I don't know, that director might clean his house.
Oh, but or clean his ass. But either way, Herm Edwards,
Excuse me?
I didn't think that he was here for the long term. So I wonder if he himself might usher in somebody else. Because my understanding was that this was never a long-term job for Herm Edwards.
Herm
He was just grooming
Edwards,
somebody.
Nothing's long-term when you're his age.
Yeah, Herm Edwards already has an exit plan in play. And so he has a co-head coach right now. I can't remember his name. He was the New England linebacker.
Marvin?
No.
Lewis?
No, it wasn't what?
I can picture his face.
Yeah,
the
but
Bengals
anyway,
head coach.
Yeah, well,
No, that is Marvin Lewis, but it's
Marvin
not
Lewis. Marvin Lewis is not there anymore. He moved on to do something else. But
Really?
the other one is the Patriots guy. Anyway, bottom line, that's going to be probably your next head coach at ASU. Herm has already got an exit strategy in place. So, I mean, that could very well be the truth that next year Herm won't be here. But I'd hate to see him go out on a kind of a check mark, like, oops, maybe he had to leave. I don't think Herm is the kind of guy that wants that on his record. I think he'd rather clear this. And then once he gets through it, then hand the reins off and move on.
If I ever got into trouble like that for anything, I would pull the Dave Chappelle move where you knock over the pitcher of water and just run out the room. Just
I thought you said you would just hand over the show to me.
No, you will never have the show. Let's see. Watermelon says, "What's this? ASU's taking lessons from Arizona, huh?" Oh, they all do it. No, they don't all have to do it. That's the thing. Large Marge says, "Dale said he went to go eat a burrito." Well, I'm sure that's what he says later, but Bruce Jacobs can get under your skin, I guess. Blissful Hayes says, "Bruce Jacobs is a jackass, and he was wrong today, like always." So what was the actual argument? What was one person saying? What was the other person saying that set Dale off like that? Boomer Sooner says, "Jeffrey, it's a beautiful day up here in Anthem. 89 degrees, slight breeze, little rain last night. Randy, can I get a cold beer out here on the patio from some Boomer Sooner?"
And there you are, Boomer Sooner, my friend.
Are you
Enjoy it.
Are you ready to do your weather forecast yet, Randy? Because I'm very curious about what the next few days are going to bring.
Well, from the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White reporting, and according to Doppler radar, lots of activity in the area right now. We could see more chances of rain. There is a flash flood warning in effect, and they're calling here at the Weather Center. They're calling for a 15% chance of rain throughout the rest of the afternoon and early evening, and that's all due to that tropical storm that kind of broke up there in the Gulf and worked its way on land. So this afternoon we should see, it's 93 right now downtown Phoenix. This evening we'll get down to the low 80s overnight, and the chance of rain will continue. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. Rough Rob says, "Yeah, it all went down about 8:30 this morning with Big Dale and Bruce Jacobs." Hamilton Porter says, "Yeah, by the way, Dale talking about unethical practices in college football. It seems like people in glass houses, doesn't it?" Well, why? Whoever said that Dale did anything wrong when he was a player?
Dale was at the SMU, and it was during when the SMU football program got the death sentence.
Come on now. He might have been out getting a burrito. Just give him
Just wanted to
give him the
give you
benefit
the
of the doubt.
information. Give you the info, pal.
Yeah, I can't help you anymore, Dale. Sorry. Billy Ray from Avondale says Bruce's mouth almost wrote him a check that his ass couldn't catch. Dale did the adult thing, though, by walking away to save him an assault charge.
Or murder.
Well, I know, but, as much as Bruce Jacobs has ingratiated himself to the police in the past, do you really think this was going to go bad for Dale? I'm pretty sure they'd be like, didn't happen. King Kitten says the reference to the Little League World Series was funny. I'm Big Al and I hit dingers. And by the way, Joe Buck is hosting Jeopardy this week.
Yeah.
Oh, Buck, no.
Yeah.
Boogie
Tonight,
says
starting tonight, I believe.
Antonio Pierce.
There it is. Antonio Pierce. That's the guy.
Pierce,
yeah.
Just Tip says Bruce is the type of person that makes me wish I had more middle fingers. Says I'm pretty sure Dale might have saved Bruce's life this morning. Screaming Eagle says Bruce felt this was just a minor recruiting violation, but Dale felt it was a much bigger issue. Well, okay, yeah. It smells a little bit bigger than a minor recruiting violation, but I don't know if it's a death sentence thing like Dale's used to. Let's see. Hamilton Porter says, I believe the line from Dale to Josh was, it's been a long time since I've hit someone. Oh my God.
Josh was there.
We got to get that clip.
Oh boy.
It's been a long time since I've hit someone. Oh my God. Fish Tank says, to be clear, I got a feeling that Dale's college wasn't doing a whole lot to lure in a long snapper. So you may not have made much money on that deal. Hey, we've got another new texter here on the text line.
I hope it's not Dale using a burner phone.
Well, it could be. Well, then again, 805. What's the area code on 805?
Who knows?
Well,
805.
because it's relevant. Somebody look it up because the texter nickname they've already chosen is Mars Bars 805. So welcome to the Daily Blender there, Mars Bars 805. He says, long-time listener, first-time texter. He says, check out hour 8 a.m. about 8:30. It was wild. Either Dale walks away or throws a punch. Well, he decided to walk. New name of the show is going to be the Bruce and Joshy Show. Oh, I'll cancel that crap. The argument was about the little people getting called out and fired, but the big names getting to stay. Something about the $40,000 a year person gets fired, but the coaches stay, stepping over the small people. And he also says, go Raiders. I can't say that with enthusiasm, Mars Bars, because I'm a Colts fan. Yeah. All right. So that gives you a little bit more input. So what they're saying is that it's not fair for Chris Hawkins and Princess Gill, who may be set up as fall guys, so that Herm Edwards can continue on. So that's an interesting conversation right there. And it did occur to me, but then again, this is just the early stages of these things. So as things of that, and it might also end up including some of the big names. So Mars Bars 805. Thank you so much. Central Coast. What? Okay. Hefty Lefty says Joe Buck would probably be crazy enthusiastic as a Jeopardy host, just to troll the rest of us sports fans.
Maybe.
Why would that? I don't understand. Because he's boring on air or what?
Maybe.
I don't find him boring. I find him tedious. Does that make sense? You just tired of Joe Buck.
I think he's a great broadcaster. However, I think he's got the delivery of a dental drill.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Boogie says the recruiting violations are very minor. Some of the smaller people are taking the heat for it, and nothing big is going to come from it. They're going to be put back into the fold like a year from now. That's how they wash this thing out. All right, that is possible. So I guess we're just going to have to see what happens. But it is kind of weird that it became almost fisticuffs on the morning show. Has there ever been anything that's made you and me almost come to fisticuffs?
I don't think so. But I do know that Dale does have a bit of angst towards the ASU football program. Now, I don't know that that's what is playing into this particular situation, but he does have some long-term effects of Frank Kush.
So he's bitter about not being recruited.
I
To
understand
his home, 'cause that was
the
his
way.
home
Yes.
state.
He
college.
suffers from secondary Kush effects.
Yeah. All right. Well, secondhand Kush is never, especially when you're trying to get a job.
It was the
Kush.
first hand that got Kush fired in the first place.
888-368-1580. Blissful Hayes says, what's the over-under on the number of times Bruce has got his ass kicked for being a jackass? I doubt it. He's a scrappy little guy, but I'll tell you what, I think he knows when to hold him and when to fold him, if you know what I mean. I mean, he didn't get pummeled this morning, so and there's no way out of this room through Dale, if you know what I'm saying. So
he sits right by the door.
If anything, man card accreditation to Bruce Jacobs for poking that bear and doubling down, I would imagine, and making him that mad. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to send a little message out and see what's really going on here. Let's see. Fish Tank says, you think Joe Buck will open with, "Hi, I'm Joe Buck, and next to me is a man with freakishly large hands, Troy Aikman." It would be interesting if Troy Aikman was there on the Jeopardy.
Standing right over his shoulder, yeah.
Moist One says, those Cardinal kicker debates are even more heated. Shut up. Rob Diz says, I remember watching on the Facebook. Yes, I know. We're not going to go there. That was, well, we were on remote, so it didn't matter. There's not going to be any violence. The only violence is towards a pair of headphones. Yeah. Large Mark says, aren't they doing an on-location broadcast tomorrow? No, that's on Thursday from a place called Spoons. So, yeah, instead of tomatoes for Bruce, bring burritos for Dale.
Yeah.
I would imagine, listen, it's just like those fights out there at training camps, right? You get a little scuffle on the field and you're laughing by the time you get to the showers. You know what I mean? And, I'm sure they are fine. So, there's moments, but, right? I mean, Randy's gotten kind of aggravated sometimes and just sort of pushed away from the mic like, he's gotten grumpy about stuff. I know I've been annoyed and nobody cares about Phil. So, yeah, basically.
Well, he's not listening.
He's not dangerous. He's not dangerous is what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Nobody's afraid. He's going to come at you and hit you with a tea koozie or something. And just
not with a tea koozie, no, but I might hit you with something.
Yeah, well, you won't. So, I don't foresee that. Oh, there's been some times in the past I might want to strangle a guy, but we're good now. Range City Bitch Pigeon says, any front row seats available for tomorrow's morning show? It's going to be like the Today Show. People are going to be like pressed up against our windows here in our studios, trying to see. Fish Tank says, this show is really going to jack up my week because, boy, does it feel like a Friday already? I know it's National Lazy Day, so we kind of eased into this one, but I promise we're going to do our thing here. SOL says, who's not going to listen to the morning show tomorrow? Hell, it will be interesting to say the least. You might want to get up early, tune in at 6 a.m. to see what happens. All right, should we talk some NFL? Oh, it's time for a break. Damn it. All right, when we come back, as God is my witness, we are talking NFL quarterbacks. I swear, God, we're going to do this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon, the annual year-long event where you can save big by bundling Home and Auto with Progressive. So big that we're kicking things off with fireworks. A monster truck battle. Fighter jet flyover. And it wouldn't be a party without the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon dancers. You can't really hear them, but trust us, they are working it. So come for the fun and stay for the savings. Only at Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical Weight Loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical Weight Loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
Bruce and Dale here. Remember, football is starting soon, and your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56, The Fanatic, wants to make your business a part of the act.
Advertise your business on all the primetime NFL games during the regular season.
Your custom-produced radio commercial will air 2, even 3 times in every game.
Plus, your business is branded during dozens of weekly NFL promos on the station, stream, app, and website.
And you'll get commercials read live during our morning and afternoon drive shows.
Plus, get 5 extra daily spots throughout the week and matching spots on our live stream website and on the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app.
You can even lock your competition out of this offer with our category exclusive option plan.
All this for our best deal ever.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com for all the info and details.
Don't get a delay of game penalty.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com and get in the game today.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
You just said it yourself. You're looking for tiles and stuff, and what's showing up?
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Yeah,
Is that a coincidence? When was the last time tiles showed up on your social media?
Right? And I wasn't even the one there.
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Well, you know it's dumb. You can Google naked girls. Naked girls don't show up on your social media.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. All right, I want to get into talking some NFL quarterbacks here, but let me just go ahead and clear up this text line here. Just a tip, we're not talking about that. Blissful Hayes says, is Dale working tomorrow, or did he actually quit the show? No, I don't think he quit the show. Large Marge says, Phil could slingshot a tea koozie with a Speedo, so you guys better watch out.
Yeah.
But he knows that I can move like lightning across the room and snap him like a twig, so he would never try that. Moist One says, I don't know, they sounded fine together at the break. Oh, so did he come back? Well, what are you guys making a damn big deal out of it? If he stepped out for a minute and came back, that ain't no damn big deal. Did he come back? Screaming Eagle says, to be fair. Hey, Randy, how come you don't to be fair with us?
Because I don't know where it comes from.
Doesn't matter where it comes from.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it.
To be fair. Sports talk radio should be entertaining. Well, yeah, you're right, Screaming Eagle. That's what we shoot for, at least. He says, by any chance, is the studio close to a post office?
It's right next door.
Why? Don't come to the window. Just you will not be let in. Do not come to the window. Although, again, yesterday we talked about how funny it would be is if we got a big line of people to the new bathrooms just to mess with them. Like, what are these people doing out there? They're all in line for that bathroom.
I don't think it would bother Dale, and I don't think Josh would realize there's anyone out there. But Bruce, he would be on red alert.
Yeah, he'd be nervous. He'd be like, oh, God, here come the Democrats.
I was going to say, depending on what the signs say.
You get somebody with an AOC mask and he'd probably crap himself under the table here.
We love AOC.
Let's see. Billy Ray from Avondale says Bruce is probably thankful for the COVID restrictions. Being 6 feet apart is the only thing that saved his life. I guess that negative attention is better than no attention, huh, Bruce? Navy Brad says, good afternoon, Blender guys. I heard Josh Rosen is looking at the Colts. Is that true? He can look all he wants. Nobody wants him. He stinks. He stinks in practice. He had a good start to camp, and then he started,
Does that mean he got released from the 49ers?
Has he been yet? I hope so. I mean, just to
end, you hope so.
Because I'm tired of even talking about Josh Rosen. Told you he sucked. Just the Tip says, So you're taking NFL quarterbacks with your pals the other day. Jeffrey, have you seen the Colts rookie Sam Ellinger? He's killing it at practice. Yeah, I know. He's getting first team snaps. He has surpassed Jacob Eason. And, like, how hard could that be to do, to be honest? But yeah, evidently, Reich had said before that Jacob Eason was in the driver's seat. Now he's been carjacked, and Sam Ellinger is taking over. Now, you know what this means for my season? It's going to be horrible.
Isn't Sam Ellinger, he's that rookie out of Texas? Wasn't he the quarterback in Texas,
Yes.
Sam Ellinger?
Yeah, he's a rookie. I know that.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, Texas. You are correct.
Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun to see how these two work it out.
I'd rather have as a good grown-up, but whatever. 888-368-1580. Papa Mike says Dale did not come back. It's the Jacobs and Josh show that finished the last 90 minutes. I did. For the record, nobody in management approved that nonsense. Moist One says, I'm gonna show up with an AOC shirt and a Mets hat just to really boil his brain.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there won't even be a second, third hour to the show if you do that.
Okay. Thunder the Santa Barbarian says, Jeffrey, I believe you when you say you can snap Phil like a twig, but you'd have to catch him first, and I'll wager that he'll outrun you. After all, his personal totem is a speed.
I don't know about that. I know my pal Jeffrey, and he's real fast.
I still have that natural burst of running back speed. I'm pretty sure I could nab him.
But he used to be like he could turn it on for long periods of time. Now he's a little older, so he's more like what's that short burst, but only for quick
just
not
a
a
thrust of
Jaguar
energy.
Yeah, it's just like, but he'll get you. He'll get you the first few seconds there.
I'll go ahead and have that first heart attack. I'm not going to be disrespected.
Well, I'm not worried about you catching me. I'm worried about you wrapping me up because I'm going to be fully lubricated like a pig in mud. Yeah, I'm going
to get lubed up
squish
that
out of it.
fast.
Even
if you were telling the truth, you could not get lubed up fast enough. Very nice.
Do you know that I always keep an emergency vial of baby oil
And
on
what
me just in
makes you
case?
What makes you think the punches are not going to still find its way through the baby oil?
They'll slide right off me.
Well, don't play that. That makes me uncomfortable. Don't play that, Randy.
Ooh.
That's not right.
Could you imagine the scene that Radio Ron would walk out to?
Me just sitting here doing this on my fists, just wiping myself like, yeah. Like, what is going on there? It's blood swirling in oil. It's weird. It's almost hypnotic, to be honest.
What's happening here?
Don't know what's going on. It's almost looks like a kaleidoscope. We'll have to play some Beatles music and really get into this, I guess. Last Optimist says, last week when the injury news broke, the Bears were talking up Foles as if he was challenging for the starting position there. Who got injured in the Bears? Did Trubisky get injured? Who's their starting?
They're just talking about the Colts injury news.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they're putting him up there like, hey, you can have Foles if you want him.
But speaking of Trubisky, where did he go to? Where is he the backup at? Because he's starting the first preseason game.
Trubisky's over with the Bills, right?
Well, yeah, he's starting the first preseason game with the
Who's
Bills.
the Bears quarterback?
It's going to be Dalton, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, and then you got
Justin
Fields, and then you got Nick Foles, number 3.
So now it's feeling like a quarterback drought again. Because I have never seen a time where so many teams had so many garbage quarterbacks. Look at my Colts, great team, no quarterback. Bears, pretty decent team, no quarterback. What in the hell is going on out there?
Is it that the quarterbacks are bad, or is it that the defense is that damn good coming out of college?
Quarterbacks are bad, Randy.
I don't know. You look at that kid that came out of is it Trey Young that came out of Ohio State, and he's playing for the Washington football team. That guy's a beast. You look at some of these defensive edge rush guys, the Bosa brothers. They're just amazing. I don't know that it's quarterbacks are bad. I think it's a combination of the defense is much better, and the quarterbacks don't have the kind of time that they do in college football to deliver the football. So they have to speed their game up.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out if what you're saying is absolutely true, because whoever ends up starting for the Colts is going to have plenty of time to make those bad decisions. And last Optimist, you're right. Bears have never had a good quarterback.
No,
ever. Not even Jim McMahon. Let's be honest. Blissful Hayes says no, I'm not going to read that. Josh Rosen will never be on the Colts ever. He says, according to Jack Daniels drinking Steve Keim, Josh Rosen's a smart player, which means he has no other good NFL skills. That's what's going on there.
Let me tell you what's going to happen with Josh Rosen. If he's really committed to football, he's going to end up like Sean McVay for the Los Angeles Rams. He's going to end up as a quarterback. If he's as smart as everybody says he is, he's going to pick up on a team as a coach. And then we're going to see him in about 10 years down the road as the new head coach of whatever NFL team.
No, here's Josh Rosen. Let me show you how you can bundle your car and your home and your, your insurance all in one place.
Mouth breather.
Wow. Your boats, your car, your everything. Yes, even your pets. Come on. I'm Josh Rosen, insurance agent. That's him.
I don't know.
Let's see here. Thundar Santa Barbarian says, I think we got to have a Kaler Big Steve annual dash rematch this year featuring Jeffrey versus Phil. Let's settle this on the field.
Well, I'm pretty sure if it's a 40-yard dash, my money's on the Jaguar, Jeffrey O'Brien.
Yeah, I think my hammy is healed up pretty good, actually. I think I'm good to go for another 40 at 50. Last time I
tear him back to shreds.
Last time I did a 40, I was 44. So
I'm wearing flip-flops today, man. I still got you.
Oh, you really think so? Oh my God!
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't just do that.
You're gonna race me in flip-flops, are you?
I will smoke you in a fuel efficient way because I believe in the environment safety.
Oh, Phil, you should have made it. You should have made it a 100-yard dash because of the 40. I will plow.
No.
I will plow right through and by you. Gone over and out.
You realize that I'm gonna have to know what your address is, so that way when I drive you home on your deathbed, your wife.
Dude, you're not driving me home. I'll take an ambulance. But I'm gonna win the race. That's all that matters. Let's see. Ukla says, "Oh shoot, I thought Phil was off, and I was gonna have a good day today." Oh, hey Randy,
howdy.
Hefty Lefty, no baby oil. Mars Bar 805 says, "Speaking of short bursts, how's Kyler Murray these days?"
Oh, here you go. There's your whistle.
He's been a part of the audience as a texter for about 20 minutes, and now he's finally got his first whistle.
Yep, there you go.
Let's see. Cohen's Kiddo says, since when was Justin Fields bad?
What do you mean bad like good bad or bad like he sucks bad?
Because he's bad. He's bad. Jump on it. Woo. Is that what you mean? Justin Fields, isn't that the guy who makes the cookies?
No, Justin Fields is the rookie quarterback that the Bears drafted that Bears fans have gone absolutely cuckoo bananas for. And I think that they have plenty of reason to. I think that he's a good prospect and he will be starting by the NFL season's end.
Well, Cohen's kiddos, the Bears have a way of completely destroying any talent that comes their way. So stay tuned.
Well, from the quarterback position.
Large Marge says the Bears are no measure of the state of quarterbacks in the NFL. Asked by Bob Shruski. We feel his pain. Boogie says Josh Rosen is a good player, Jeffrey. You should draft him. Yeah, shut up. Fish Tank said, by the way, we're not playing each other, so you don't got to heckle me this year. Fish Tank says, are you still holding out for the Minshew mania, Jeffrey? I'd be very happy to have Gardner Minshew on the Colts. I
need to do like a daily Minshew update. That's what I need to do. I think I'll start that tomorrow. Daily,
all right.
Randy's daily Minshew update. What happened today with Gardner Minshew in training camp?
I'm all about it. Hamilton Porter says, by the way, Jeffrey, your celebrity boxing Dale versus Bruce, from a few weeks ago, not looking so fictitious now, is it? Did I say that?
You know what? I'm
Did
kind
I
of
make
bummed
a joke
out
about that.
I'm kind of bummed out. Does that mean that we're not going to have the morning show versus the afternoon show bowl off?
No, who knows is going to happen because if
I wonder if we could get Dale on our team.
Injuries would probably kind of put an end to that. Just the Tip says, I like Phil. He's smart. He's well-spoken. Vast sports knowledge. I do, however, wonder what he's going to do for a face when that baboon wants its ass back. Oh, jeez.
You got to take the good with the bad. Got to take the good with the bad.
That was a long way to go for that one.
Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, I'll take that bet, Randy. Phil, wear a Speedo. Jeffrey's going to run the other way. There ain't no damn Speedos involved. Shut up.
By the time you get into this room, man, I will be half naked. Which half is up to your discretion.
Ooh.
Gonna start bringing my gun. Boomer Sooner says, by the way, enough's enough, Phil. Boogie says there's only a handful of teams that have horrible quarterback situations. The Colts are one of those teams. So is Denver. It's true.
See, well, I think Denver does, but I think the Colts have a very promising future at quarterback.
You know what?
I
the
think
Colts
they have a good.
Are in trouble. The Denver Broncos at least has Teddy Bridgewater in the mix. And so, Drew Lock is probably going to fail, and Teddy Bridgewater will go in there and be mediocre for you. You at least have that going for you. I don't feel like the Colts got nothing, Randy.
Jacob Eason is nothing.
Yeah.
You got that kid Ellinger out of Texas. He's nothing.
Okay, let me give you what we got here, okay? Eason, been in the league for a few years, done zero. He's got a cannon for an arm. He has no control. It's time to pull the plug on waiting for him to develop. And then this Ellinger kid from Texas, all right, let's see what he can do, but I'm not exactly thrilled about a guy you got in the 12th round or something, It's the best of what's left, basically.
Doesn't Eason remind you of a young, what's his name from the Bills?
Josh Marino?
No, from the Bills, damn it.
EJ Manuel?
No, the $200 million man. What the hell's his name? Josh Allen. Doesn't he remind you? Everybody said guy's got a great arm, but he can't hit his targets.
No, there's a difference between not hitting your targets and why did you throw it in my car? That's what you got with Eason. It doesn't do anything for you. Last Optimist says Justin Fields is just as proven as Rosen was between the draft and the start of the season. Jury's still out. Senior Wake and Bake says morning show hosts can stick their heads up there. Oh, I can't read the rest of that. Card's Voice says here's a picture of Phil running. It's a picture of a spastic blonde girl running past a bunch of other runners.
Somehow I figured it wasn't Usain Bolt.
Watermelon says, hey, maybe we could trade Phil for Dale.
Wow.
Does that mean if I go to the morning show, I have to lower my voice?
Oh, so
I don't know.
Bruce,
I'm pretty sure
Phil,
I beat the hell out of Jeffrey O'Brien too.
Let me tell you, Phil. Please don't try to do Dale anymore.
Well, I've tried
before,
to help and he's rejected me multiple times.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't.
The hell? A random texter says, Jeffrey, what was the shortest time between somebody becoming a texter and taking a jab at Kyler Murray? I'm pretty sure that was the shortest time. Mars Bars 805 may hold the record. And really, you don't want to anger Randy when you first start out. That's not a good place to be.
Well,
Just a Tip says the amazing Minshew minute. Come on, Randy. Can't wait.
I can hear it now. Yeah.
Thundar San Barbarian says Jeffrey Speedos are always involved when Phil's involved. Yeah, but they're going to be under the pants and I don't need to see them or else I get to hit them with my car. Purple Nurple says, Randy, your segment was Minshew on this. Remember Minshew on this?
I don't remember that, but that sounds like a good name for my segment. Thank you.
Better backup quarterback situation, the Colts or the Jets? Well, yeah, shut up. I don't want to talk.
I actually like the Jets because they have Josh Johnson.
But who is never anything anyways.
Well, he almost led the Washington football team to a playoff berth.
Hamilton Porter says, when did Fields suck? Go watch his Georgia highlights or his CFP highlights. Okay. Large Marg says Carson Palmer retired. Cards drafted Rosen. Bruce Arians got rookie quarterback health problem. What?
I don't know. Bruce Arians wasn't there with Josh Rosen.
Swave Dave says, Randy, I think you should do the Minshew minute at the top of the 5 o'clock hour every day.
Well, I think it should be 3, 4, and 5 every day. The Minshew moment.
I think maybe we'll just do it. I don't know.
How about 60 seconds of Minshew magic? That's what I think it should be named right there.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it right at the top of the hour, Swave Dave.
Every hour on the hour.
Hey, I don't go over and tell you how to produce your show, Swave Dave. Rough Rob says, are you kidding me? Eason could be in the next Tom Brady. Random Texter says, if it's the Minshew minute, would it be maybe the Murray 30 seconds?
Oh, boy.
Well, that was rough.
And there's your whistle.
That was rough. Billy Ray from Avondale says, Bruce will probably show up to work tomorrow with his rape whistle for protection. I know Bruce Jacobs, and he has one, and he will stand out on the corner and blow that thing over until he's just out of breath. And he's like, it's not working. I'm still standing here. Megatron says, let's trade Phil for a future draft pick. than draft someone overseas and then never sign them. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
Good Cat says, I tuned in to hear Jeffrey running people over in their underwear. Standard. Sun Devil Niner says, why hasn't Indy traded for Foles or taken a shot at Rivers yet? Either way, they give up next to nothing draft-wise, and they're a better quarterback situation. Yeah, I am wondering that myself. In fact, I brought that up yesterday on the show. What are they waiting for at this moment? If they were going to do the Foles thing, that had done the Foles thing. If they were going to do the Minshew thing, that had done the Minshew thing. Can they actually, honestly, be legitimately just sitting there quietly thinking that Eason or Ellinger is going to turn into something? No, they are not that stupid. I think they are frantically working behind the scenes, trying to make some sort of deals, and I don't know who for. I doubt it's for Deshaun Watson. I doubt it's for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't know who they would even work it for out there.
Or Carson Wentz is not hurt as bad as they thought.
Well, I think that they are encouraged by the reports that he might be back sooner, like in week 2 or 3. But you can't take that seriously. And you also have to understand he's going to get hurt again. I mean, that's just a fact. It's going to happen. So you better be in a better position.
I don't think they believe that at all.
Horgon says, Eason is the answer, Jeffrey. Just you wait. Go Dogs. Sorry, Horgon. I can't get on board with that one, man. It's just... That's a lie too big. I can't do it to myself. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon, the annual year-long event where you could save big by bundling Home and Auto with Progressive. So big that we're kicking things off with fireworks. A monster truck battle. A fighter jet flyover. And it wouldn't be a party without the Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon dancers. You can't really hear them, but trust us, they are working it. So come for the fun and stay for the savings. Only at Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-a-thon. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. What do millions of Vuse Alto consumers know? Well, they know that all Vuse Alto liquids are blended in the USA, with pods sold in tamper-evident packaging, and that Vuse vapor products are available at reputable retailers. And now, you do too. Get to know Vuse Alto at Vuse.com and get it in store. Vuse, charge beyond. Underage sale prohibited. Website restricted to age 21 and over tobacco consumers.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rate subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. make sure you get involved with our NFL Fan Pick'em contest. That's right. It's a 1580 Fanatic Harmon Solar Fan Pick'em contest. You can win $1,580 if you win first place. $500 if you get second place, and a bunch of weekly prizes that are being worked on right now. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link, learn what you got to do, password, and there's another link there that takes you to the Pick'em place. Get yourself signed up and pick your games every week for your chance to win. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
I want you to know, Jeffco, that first of all, Channel 2 is on, and I keep going back in my ears, and it's really, I feel like I'm doing stadium announcing. I go, yeah, right. You only need the edge of the seat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, thank you. I want you to know that I did log into Gridiron Games successfully. And I did log into NFL Fantasy Football successfully.
Good job. Well done.
So I'm ready. I feel like I'm at the start line, D for drive, and I'm ready to go.
So are you still hearing yourself come back at you?
No, it's been cleared up. Phil is taking care of me.
Phil has no idea what the hell you're talking about. He says he did nothing. Nothing was done.
Well, there was obviously something going on.
Check the old mixed minus bridge there. Make sure that's all straight. So, all right. Well,
coming back in my head. Probably you didn't hear it. I sounded like a complete fool.
Hold out this. Take Comrex off of the mixed minus bridge. So it's just him on the tie line? I don't know, Randy. Might be you. Might just be you.
Well, okay, that was amazing. That's a double echo. That was amazing.
The plate in your head can create that sort of acoustic mirage.
There is that, yeah. So
888-368-1580, and no, Eason is not the answer. I don't want to talk about the Colts, and I definitely don't want to talk about the Broncos, even though Drew Lock is going to start in this preseason game, and then Teddy Bridgewater will the next, and that tells you they have no idea what they're doing. Deshaun Watson will not be traveling with the Texans for their preseason opener. And, well, that's kind of awkward right there, isn't it? So I guess he's just not going to play no matter what. So I wonder what's going on there. Are they working on trading him and just asking for too much? Or are they just expecting him to go on the exempt list? And that's why nobody wants to bite at him right now, because if he goes in the commissioner's exempt list, he's getting paid, he's sitting at home, nothing's happening. I have no idea what the hell's going on there.
Well, it's a bit of both, right? Because the moment that any team trades for him, how does that introductory press conference go? It's depending on the team. I mean, if you're the Patriots, that's one thing where it's just you're going to be nonchalant about it. But if you're say it was like the New York Giants, it's not going to be. But say it was the New York Giants, they would rip him a new one. And concerns to Deshaun Watson. There'll be so much scrutiny on the move. And I think that the same can be applied to many other places. It would take a very special place, even somewhere like Philadelphia, who's probably right now the leader in the race to acquire Deshaun Watson.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, it is bizarre. I still don't know how that media goes about handling his presence.
Who cares about the media in this situation? The only thing you got to worry about is the fans, not the media. And the fans, any team that gets Deshaun Watson, they're going to be thrilled as long as he doesn't end up in the Gray Bar Hotel and it's a wasted, thing. And it may be any kind of trade. This might be another hang up on getting him traded out of Houston. The other team might be saying, we only have to give you those things in this deal if. And the if is probably going to be if he doesn't get arrested. If he doesn't end up being thrown out of the league.
List. Right. On the exempt list, yeah.
Well, they might not even need to put it that way. They could just say if he plays 80% of the second season or whatever.
Well, no, but even on that, look what happened with Carson Wentz and the Colts. The Eagles get that first round pick if he plays more than 75% of the games, and then they only get a second if he doesn't. So with Deshaun Watson, the if situation is going to have to tilt farther towards whoever they trade him to protect themselves, because you can't invest something and get nothing. Nobody's that stupid, and that's probably where this whole hitch is right now in figuring out how to deal out Deshaun Watson. It's the big unknown on is he or is he not going to play this year? Is he or is he not going to get arrested? Is he or is he not, going to get on the exempt list? You're absolutely right, Randy.
Jeffrey, you had said something that is kind of shocking to me. Are you saying that if Deshaun Watson goes on the commissioner's exempt list, the Houston Texans are still liable to pay him his salary, even if he's not playing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Remember Aaron Hernandez? That was the big thing, that even though he got arrested, he still fought and won. his right to get that guaranteed contract.
And
money.
his family fought to try to keep that money coming even after he died for his daughter. But they lost that lawsuit. So, yeah, they didn't have to keep paying after that. But up until then, yeah.
I mean, pardon me for asking such a silly question, but when are these teams going to get wise? If you end up on the commissioner's exempt list, you get nothing. You get zero. You're no use to us. We can't use you in a football game. You made a choice to do this. This got you on the exempt list. It wasn't our fault. Therefore, we shouldn't have to pay you 1 red cent.
Well,
when is that going to start happening?
Here's the deal. They probably don't want to put any kind of condition like that into a contract because you have to allow for the thought that somebody is innocent. And so if they go on the exempt list, that is like, okay, we're going to put you on paid leave till we figure this out, like they do with police officers after they blow away somebody. They're like, well, you're on paid leave till we sort this thing out. So that's basically what the NFL's exempt thing is. Well, you're on paid leave. Nobody can trade you. Nobody can do anything until we figure this out. And, I guess we have to wait till it gets figured out.
Well, I think it's wrong in many different areas for this guy to continue to get paid if he's on the exempt list. Now, if he's there and he's with the team, that's a whole nother area, and I don't even want to go into that. But the bottom line, if he's in trouble and he's on the commissioner's exempt list, it seems like they should freeze his contract.
You got to be careful, though, because being on the commissioner's exempt list doesn't indicate you are legitimately in trouble yet. It means there's enough here that we're investigating, and because of the light and the seriousness of what's happening here, you got to be over there until we sort it out. Again, innocent until proven guilty.
But still, shouldn't your pay be frozen? And then look, if you're found innocent, you come back, we give you all that back money, no problem. Here we go. We continue on.
Well, listen, it's what they've negotiated in the collective bargaining agreement. Right. I get what you're saying, but this is the business of the business, right?
Boy, wow. And it all comes back on the fans, you and I paying the tickets to get in. So,
no. That doesn't go to the fans paying the tickets. The fans paying the tickets are pure profit. All the money that they generate is paid for in the beginning due to their TV deal.
Phil, you're so cute, you young guy. You think that it's all the TV deal that's paying these guys? Please.
Why do you think the NFL still generated?
How do you think the owners make this money? It's off the backs of you and I buying tickets, going in, getting the popcorn, getting a soda or a beer, getting a hot dog.
Combo deal, Randy. It's a combo deal, but Phil is absolutely right, and that was the point that Tom Brady had mentioned. Is they didn't sign the new deal for TV until after the collective bargaining agreement was signed, because if the players knew how much money the owners were getting for the TV deal, they probably would have asked for more. And so that's why he says we're ignorant, and ignorant not in the way, well, you're a bunch of morons. He's like ignorant because we didn't have all the information we needed to make a decision and we blew it. So the players could have had more money. This disingenuous thing they did during the COVID there with the lowering the cap space, that was only designed to help save the owners money, but they had not lost any money during COVID. They made less money during COVID, but not one team showed a red ink in that season. So
and I understand that, but I mean, as well as I do, any money that the owners lose to the players' collective bargaining agreement is going to be made up in ticket prices and all the extemporaneous stuff that the owners can get.
Sure, it's going to be made from everything. The TV deal, the jersey sales, and yes, the ticket seats. It's not a small amount of money, but no team lost money last year when nobody was allowed to go to the games.
Right, but I and maybe I'm missing the point, but I don't think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a guy who made choices in his personal life, allegedly to allegedly commit these crimes, allegedly, and it could allegedly put him on the commissioner's list. And now a team has to pay him his contract. I think I just think it's wrong. It should be either frozen or withdrawn, one or the other.
Guess what? None of my business. It was the contract that was signed by two entities in business, and however it goes from there, that's between them. That's just how life works. If you don't like it, don't sign those contracts.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. I was saying, when are these guys, these organizations going to get, hey, look, if you get in trouble, your contract is contingent on you being available to play for us. If not, nothing.
Well,
it either gets frozen,
then you
or
get a
you
player
lose it.
who passes on your team because they're like, well, I ain't signing that.
And it does.
I got this guy over here who says he'll sign me without that clause. So I guess I won't be on your team. And there goes your best player ever. So
and it does depend on the scenario. I know that right now the Los Angeles Dodgers are paying Trevor Bauer the most money in all of baseball per year to pay him to not pitch for them. But make no mistake about it, the moment that these charges, if they get fully pursued and we have an actual result for which to go forth on, the Dodgers will be not having to pay him due to a morality clause in that contract. They'll be trying to enforce that. So there are different ways that the teams will go through and get back their money if they have a legal way.
And I guess that's all I'm saying. If all 32 teams in the NFL get together, all the owners get together and decide to do this, then the players can't say, well, I'm not playing for your team. Well, guess what? You go over to team number 2 and they're going to have the same clause. So
and
good luck.
that's why there's a union. It'll never happen, Randy. I understand what you're saying. In a basic sense, I agree 100%, but you have to allow for the innocent till proven guilty, and that is what the union is going to say, even though 9 times out of 10, right?
Yep.
If not more. So, all right, guys, we got to take a break. When we come back, I'll catch you guys up on the text line and other assorted things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of the 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community is disproportionately unemployed. Those of us that do have jobs are typically underemployed, and that should be, for all of us, unacceptable, especially when you consider we tend to be more productive and continually rate high for quantity and quality of work. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
When you're ready to buy something, the first thing you do is go online. But buying a home is different. You've got loan applications, pre-approvals, competing offers, the list goes on. That's where a Realtor comes in. Realtors have expertise and local knowledge to give you a competitive edge that a search bar just can't. And in today's market, an edge is what you need. So when you're ready to buy a home, the first thing to do is make sure you have an agent who's a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
KQFN Tempe. Also.
Hour.
all settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Phil there pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. They're broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studio in Scottsdale. Yes, we have an awful lot of texts just sitting here waiting to be read on the text line, probably from like the last 20 minutes or so. So this will probably be a recap of what we talked about in the last hour, kind of. So let's get that done and cleaned up, and we'll move on to something else. Let's see here. Fish Tank says, I'm a Texans fan. I'd just be happy Bill O'Brien isn't in front of that in that front office because Watson would have already left for a punter and a bag of potato chips.
That's good. That's
That
good.
is
That's
a
probably
good-
right.
He says, if I'm a Texans fan, because actually, as you know, Fish Tank is a Dolphins fan.
Yep.
Let's see here. Hamilton Porter says, yeah, how did the Bears let a generational talent like Jay Cutler go to waste, huh?
Oh, boy.
I didn't mean him.
Oh, boy.
The Jet says, it's very sad when two teams in our division get new quarterbacks and they're picked to finish better than we are. Where's the respect for what the Cardinals have? Going out on the field this fall. Where is the respect for the Cardinals?
There is none. Until the Cardinals do something worth earning the respect of the National Football League Western Conference, there will be no respect. It's like, the ASU Sun Devils football team. They might have a stellar football team, but they're not going to be ranked any higher than 25th in the nation until they start doing something and make consistent moves out of doing something with quality. The Cardinals, if they start winning consistently and competing consistently, if the Diamondbacks start competing consistently, they will get the respect they deserve across the country.
Yeah, you get your respect when you earn it. And it took a while for people to look at the Phoenix Suns and to really get to see, what they were achieving last season until right before the playoffs. And then everybody's like, holy crap, look at these guys. So you'll get that respect when you earn it, but just sometimes the Jet, it takes a minute. Hefty Lefty says the Minshew minute needs to call Summit Mail Medical.
Oh, well, hey.
Fighting Wampa says, are the Cardinals playing their first stringers on Friday night?
I wouldn't imagine. If they do, it'll be just for a couple of snaps, maybe the very first sets, and then you won't see him again.
Maybe a
Probably
couple
not.
selfies. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Just the Tip says, I'm betting Bruce Jacobs is going to ask Phil for tips on utilizing his greased get naked fetal defense.
Ooh.
A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen tomorrow on the day morning show here.
Whatever wins.
Yeah. Random Texter says, to be honest, isn't this Indianapolis Colts way? They had a phenomenal quarterback, yet no offensive line. Now they have a hell of an offensive line, but no quarterback.
They had a good offensive line, and the quarterback, Andrew Luck, walked away from it and took $110 million with him.
Yeah, he didn't have a fully realized offensive line. Wait a second.
When he came back, before he walked that
that's right.
last
He would
camp.
have. He would have had. Yeah. We hadn't seen them in action yet, but on
Right.
paper they look good, and it turned
Right.
out later to be proved right. But I guess he didn't want to gamble his spleen on it anymore.
Yeah.
Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, would you jump at the chance if Carson Palmer came out of retirement? Oh, hell no. Skull says, I got a very important question, and I need answers. Has a team with an idiot quarterback ever won a Super Bowl? Well, as a Vikings fan, I understand why you're asking us that question. I hope you guys have invested in some plexiglass because that's what is going to happen with Kirk Cousins this year. And he goes, "Oh, to hell with it. Vikings going to the Super Bowl." No, they're not.
In spite of any quarterback.
No, they're not. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, did I miss it or have you announced where you're having the draft? Well, we're still waiting to make that announcement. Hopefully we get to actually do this. The resurgence of COVID is a concern. That Delta variant ain't nothing to be toyed with. I don't care what side of the vaccine, not vaccine, mask, not mask argument you're on. The reality of things is, oh man, that Delta variant is a son of a bitch. It's worse than COVID classic.
Would it be inappropriate to say it's nothing to sneeze at?
Had it been funny, I would have been all over that. So you tell me.
Does that answer your question, Phil?
How inappropriate that was, I guess.
Is it, Randy, is this worse than my pun that I made the day that one guy died when it was just you and me?
Okay, well, I got to hear that.
I don't remember what that was.
Who died?
It was an ASU head coach, right, Randy? I can't remember.
I don't remember. That's
You're
too many
inches away
whiskeys
from an
ago.
ass kicking if you start dissing a dead ASU head coach.
I'm trying to remember who it was.
No,
I'll
I
have to
can't
look it
remember
up.
who that was.
Yeah, look it up like later tonight. Email me. We're done. Last Optimist says Watson showed up so we can get fined. He never has any intention of playing during the season. Mandatory fines for missing training camp have prevented anyone from holding out from training camp. Well, not anyone. There have been other people who have done it. Nostramarcus says by keeping Deshaun Watson home, the Texans are doing their part to protect all the massage therapists out there. Yeah, that's a good point.
I made a
point.
joke about Coach Greg taking the long nap.
I don't get it.
Coach Greg Knapp died.
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah.
Why
I'm
would you
sorry,
bring it up
Phil.
again if it was that bad the first time?
Well, I wanted to see whether or not Randy thought it was worse.
He's like the guy who wants to prove he crapped his pants, so he crapped his pants again, just so you can see that he crapped his pants. Why would you crap your pants again when nobody was happy about you crapping your pants the first time?
I just wanted some recognition.
Speaking of crapping your pants, Turd Ferguson says, hey, when are we talking fantasy? Well, I know that we're always going to do it on Thursdays before the first game so everybody can get their lineup straight. But I would imagine in a week or so, we'll get Russ Bliss over here and we'll start taking a look at who you should be thinking about when you do your drafts. Fish Tank says, if I'm a Texans fan, I'd just be happy Bill O'Brien. Wait, I already read that one. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Mr. Pringle says, I figured out a way to help little Kyler Murray from getting injured. Okay. Hear me out.
Yeah.
On design quarterback runs, Cardinals will need to utilize Barney Rubble's car. You look. How does that get a whistle?
Because Barney Rubble was short. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't even connect that. I just thought he had these
Go ahead.
giant feet.
There's going to be many fouls in this one. Go ahead.
He says, put little Kyler in Barney Rubble's car, those plays.
Yeah.
Opposing defenders will bounce off the car, preserving little Kyler's health. He says, Kingsbury needs to call me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to read those anymore, Pringle. That whistle will give me a headache.
Yep.
Fighting Wampa says with a 7 p.m. kickoff it just goes to show you Kingsbury is not very thoughtful or a good coach. It's got to be way past Kyler Murray's bedtime.
Yep. There's your whistle.
Hamilton Porter says Randy's right. Hairboy had an offensive line that would let him go number 2 and wipe before throwing most of his career. Who the hell's Hairboy? Talking about Trevor Lawrence?
Is it Trevor Lawrence?
What does this have
Is
to
he
do?
talking about when Trevor Lawrence was in college?
I guess. Good Cat says Cardinals need to play their starters in the third and fourth quarter. Clearly, they forgot those 2 quarters exist. Mostly the final 5 minutes of the game. That's a forgotten one.
Yeah.
By the way,
listen, I'll give you that.
If it weren't for the fans watching teams on TV stations wouldn't have the money from advertising to pay the owners.
You're exactly right. That was my point. Thank you very
All
much.
right. Okay, I'll give you that, but that's part of it. I mean, really, the most of the money they're going to make way more off of the TV than I think ticket sales. But that said, somebody should look that up and see. I don't know if they ever disclose that information clear enough to where we could get an accurate number, but yeah, I'd be curious. Your basic average NFL team, are they making more money off of ticket sales or TV deals? I'm guessing TV deals. There's
Probably.
also a lot of other relationships where they make money. Love to see what those numbers would be. SOL says, if the Cardinals want respect, change their name to the Arizona Short Old Guys.
No.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, seems Jeffrey could replace Hellestray since he sounds just like him. Well, I could probably do the show like once if you turn off the camera. Just do that every now and then. Let Bruce will talk. Bruce will talk without interruption. Just every now and then be like, I don't know. And that's all I got to do. And of course, Bruce to be like, wow, Dale's quiet today. To do that, and we'll be fine.
It's true.
Says, I suspect Bruce brings in donuts or cookies, and then Dale will quickly get over it.
No, Bruce does not bring in food.
No, he will
Bruce-
tomorrow if he doesn't want to get clobbered.
Bruce does not bring in food.
Yeah, he sprays it all over the screen.
Yes,
Again, I
exactly.
just cleaned the screen to my right where I monitor the sports news,
Yeah.
and I see little dots like speckles. It's like my computer screen has freckles on it. It's just so disgusting. Gross. Swave Dave says, do you have all the leagues filled and set yet? No, not yet. Close. I just want to give the people that were invited a chance. My phone keeps dinging and letting me know that people are finding their way back into the league. So I want to wait a couple more days, and then I will populate all the empty spots and start building the newer leagues.
So Jeffco, it's the August the 10th right now. We're thinking somewhere around the Labor Day weekend for the fantasy draft.
Well,
right?
at this point, from everybody, the majority of people were saying we should do it on August 28th.
Yeah,
I wanted to do it a little bit later, but I listened to the
August
people.
The 28th is let's see, that's
That's a Saturday.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and that is
7,
2.5 weeks from
8,
now.
9, 10, 11.
Or you can
That's
count them.
12 days before the first actual game happens. Now, Jeffrey is recommending either the 4th, 5th, or 6th for the fantasy draft, which is a mere few days, 3 days.
Well, I was
possibly
just
before the
recommending-
first game on the 9th of September.
I was only recommending the 4th, period. Saturday the 4th as a possibility, but that has proven a bit unpopular since that's part of Labor Day weekend. So right now, as it stands, it's the 28th. Now, you're not going to see that in the leagues yet because I haven't gone in and put the point calculations in or what day the draft is going to be, that sort of thing, which I will do here in a little bit. But August 28th looks like that's D-Day, draft day for the Daily Blender.
I love me a good D-Day.
Why couldn't it be
Not
on a
that
Friday?
D, Phil, not that D.
A Friday evening before the Labor Day weekend on the 3rd of September.
Friday? Well, people are out of work, man.
Well, you do it in the evening. I said the evening after
but-
we get off the air, we join up somewhere and we do the draft on Friday evening. Then you've got the 4th, 5th, and 6th to partake of your Labor Day weekend festivities, and you have plenty of time, and nobody is going to get hurt before the 9th of September. What about the 3rd of September?
The problem with that is, people have to work to a certain point. Then you got to think about dinner, and then you got to think about getting somewhere. So then what time do we draft all these leagues? 8 p.m.? I mean, it just seems like it would be a lot harder for people to get to a Friday evening draft than it would be for them to, get up, start your day, shake it off, sleep in a little bit, and maybe go do a draft around noon or 1 or 2 or 3 p.m., something like that. You know what, Phil? You can auto draft for all I care. I don't care what you do. You don't even complain about noon. Anyway,
so it looks like Saturday. Looks
Yeah.
like Saturday the 3rd.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. No, wait, what? No,
Wait, not the 3rd. The
Saturday's the 4th.
He just tried to
4th.
inception you. So we're agreed
We're
then
going back
it's
in time.
Friday.
the 4th. Sorry,
Yeah, it's looking
I
like.
closed my calendar.
Pay attention, Randy. It's looking like August 28th is the date. Why?
I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like that. I don't
You
like
got something
that. I don't
else
like
to do that day?
No, it's not that. I'm just I'm afraid that one of my draft picks, and that's the way my luck is going to get mortally injured before the damn season started.
Mortal Kombat. I feel the same way. I feel the same way, and that's why I always like to. If I had my way, we would just do it on September 4th and be done with it, and I'd be happy. But again, I'm listening. The super fans of the Fourth Dimension have said, "Yeah, don't mess with my Labor Day." So we're not going to mess with your Labor Day. So we'll see what happens.
All right,
I'm going to get back to you. All right. So speaking of fantasy football and stuff like that. Tight ends, finding a good quality tight end in the fantasy football is not always the easiest thing. Let's list off some tight ends right off the top of your head. Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Darren Waller.
Yeah. Who else?
George Kittle.
Kittle. Is he?
Hunter
is he okay?
Henry?
Yeah,
No. Keep Hunter Henry out of your mouth. He's hurt.
He's fine. Jonnu Smith.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see, but
Is
he's
he a
being
tight end or a
drafted.
wide receiver?
No, he will be slotted as a tight end who plays in the slot from time to time.
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu Smith is the newest acquisition for the Patriots. We've
And
got
after that, it starts to slide down a bit in quality, doesn't it?
yeah, a bit.
So
Robert Tonyan.
My wife was beside herself this morning when she found out that Hunter Henry is going to miss a couple of weeks because of that shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what the hell are you so bent up out of shape for? We haven't even drafted yet. She's like, I know, but I had my eye on him. I'm like, you better rephrase that. And she says, don't even think about it. And I'm like, who do you think you are? She says, I'm your wife. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. And then I lost that argument, but still she's upset about Hunter Henry not being around.
Yeah, well,
I'm okay with it now.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is probably the last elite tight end option on there, but the tight end category for all of the NFL, as far as fantasy purposes is concerned, is probably one of the lowest stocked positions in the NFL right now. That's why Travis Kelce
just say that.
No, I know, but Travis Kelce, that's why he's getting some first round draft picks in fantasy leagues, because of just the positional advantage you'll get with him above all else.
Nah, I still would not go first round on a tight end.
TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah. Noah Fant.
Dallas Go Dirt.
Go Dirt.
Go Dirt. Mike Gesicki.
Yeah. There's going to be a breakout tight end. We don't even know who it's going to be yet. And I don't even know if it's going to be that draft.
Without looking, Randy, do you even know who the tight end is for the Cardinals?
No.
Bob.
I don't know either.
It's Bob.
Somebody named Steve.
It's Bob.
Steve. I don't.
Bob
Steve
Steverson. Bob Steverson.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Anthony. Yeah, he's quit music. He's doing this. Let's see here. Senior Wake and Bake says, Randy, I heard Murray was upset at the equipment manager for bronzing all his pairs of shoes. Thunder Snow says, all right, we're talking fantasy. Woo, it's finally here. Oh, yeah. Finally, Blender After Dark. Blender After Dark. Wait, what? Why do you think talking? No, fantasy
Jeffrey,
football.
You guys were talking about tight ends.
No, put your shirt back on there.
You're talking about NFL
Put it down.
tight ends.
Bill's trying to take a damn shirt off.
I saw that.
Let's get down to the Matthew Stafford of the matter.
After Dark.
I'm just glad he's wearing a Fanatic shirt over there. Hefty Lefty says, I imagine Bruce buys Entenmann's Donuts. Entenmann's Donuts? I guess that could work.
Entenmann's, yeah.
Let's
what about
see.
Zach Ertz, Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh, he's kind of.
He's going to be traded here soon.
Yeah, he's not what he used to be. Papa Mike says, wait, Randy, last week you were saying stay away from Labor Day weekend. Now you're saying I want to do it Labor Day weekend.
I'm not
Eat a
saying,
Snickers, Randy. You're starting to sound like my wife.
I'm not saying that. I'm trying to uphold the sanctity of the last long weekend of the summer season and still get in our fantasy draft. I'm trying to figure this out.
No, I dig it, man. And the Friday idea wasn't horrible. It's just I feel like it's going to be harder for people. So
I get it.
Unless some compelling reason comes down that we should do it on the 4th, I'm pretty decided.
Maybe we
should 28th.
So maybe we should take a poll. All right, maybe we should take a poll, Jeffco. How many people have plans? Daily Blender.
Oh, we did that
listeners,
yesterday.
Have plans on the no, I don't think that was it. You've got to word it correctly.
Okay, Randy, you do it. Go for it.
How many people have the plans? Did you word it the plans on the holiday?
I thought you were going to wordsmith this thing. Come on, you can do it.
How many people have the plans on the Labor Day weekend?
Which plans?
The plans. Labor Day weekend. Any plans to go out of town or be unavailable for a draft on the Labor Day weekend?
Probably don't need the in there. So who do you have plans on Labor Day weekend? Are you good doing the draft? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like you did that yesterday.
Did what? It's the same. We're asking the same question, Randy.
I know. I just said. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to do it the week before.
Wait, I thought we were asking the question.
I want to ask the question, but I can't get around the way you did it yesterday. It was so good, so damn good. I can't do it good.
Gooder? You can't do it gooder?
I can't do it good.
Gooder. Screaming Eagle says, I vote for the 28th. I'm committed Labor Day weekend. Oh, they're finally committing you on Labor Day weekend.
See?
Yeah, when they take your shoestrings away, do not be surprised. Mr. Pringle says, I want to make an amendment to the Manstitution. Any sentence that starts with my wife puts you in little Kyler's catapult.
There's your whistle right there.
My wife is my best friend, and she's awesome, and she drinks beer and she loves football. So tell me why that should be any sort of an issue with the Manstitution.
And quit using little Kyler as your name for my quarterback.
Who, Mr. Wilbur?
All of you, everybody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone.
Mr. Wilbur says, if I was drafting a tight end, I'd take Jennifer Lopez every single day and night, upstairs and downstairs.
Well, it's big, but is it tight? I don't think it's tight.
Her body is she bootylicious?
Oh, she's
is she the
very
one who sang that song, Bootylicious?
Well,
was that J-Lo?
My body's so bootylicious.
No, that was
that's
Beyonce.
Yes.
I don't know. Raven Kid says, did anybody say Robert Tonyan? Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Yes, we did. And yes, we shall.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Max Williams is the tight end for the Cards. Max Williams.
That's right. Logan Thomas.
Okay. Baby Got Dak says, you could take a look at Irv Smith. He may have a breakout season.
Strong
Irv
May.
Smith.
Put that. He's the tight end for the Vikings.
Okay, it's not you're gonna say Cowboys. Blissful Hayes says, if Will Kyler has 2 bad seasons, will the Cardinals give him a new miniature contract?
Oh my God, with you guys with your little Kyler reference,
The rookie mini extension.
Man.
Fighting Wampa says, hey Phil, I was just wondering, did you TiVo the Olympics, the swimming events, so you could watch those over and over again and get your Speedo fix? Oh, he meant TiVo.
TiVo, yeah, not TiVo.
Nobody TiVos anymore, man. I'm pretty sure it's all just DRR.
Yeah, we just save it to the YouTube
DVR.
watch later. Yeah.
Good Cat says, I'll be fishing off the coast on Labor Day weekend. Sounds a whole lot like your problem, Good Cat.
What coast?
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Actually, good for you, man. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Hefty says, I believe the plans for the Death Star were stolen during Labor Day weekend. Ukla Mock says, I have plans to kick Radio Pal's ass Labor Day weekend and every weekend after that.
Oh boy.
Come on, Froggy, jump. Let's see you do it. I'm not hard to find, man. I think he thinks fantasy football. And I want to remind everybody, in all of the Daily Blender fantasy football leagues, you will see my name next to Team 1. That doesn't mean I'm running Team 1. Somebody else is running Team 1. So you may think you're kicking my ass, but you're not. You're kicking Phil's ass or Boomer Sooner's ass or Screaming Eagle's ass or somebody else's ass. My ass is in the Premier League. Mwah. Have a good day. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. More NFL football here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at usps.com/careers.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rates subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
I never knew Arizona had a governor named Jane Hull. Did you?
Come on, Dad.
Did you?
Yeah, of course. Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Was she good or bad? Okay. I don't remember the name.
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Anyway, it was a parade route that she came up.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning, 6 till 10 on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. I feel like the only drought that we don't have is wide receiver drought, in the NFL. There's a fair amount of running backs out there, but yeah, the running back by committee popularity is sort of diminishing the returns on that. So now it's just, fantasy football. It's going to be all about the wide receivers, making sure you have a decent defense and a decent kicker. But it's going to be a harder year than last year, I think, in fantasy football. Don't you think, guys?
I think you're right, Jeffrey. Remember last year, everybody was talking about Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley. We see what happened to both of those guys. This year, we're talking about wide receivers. So I don't know, Jeffco. What am I looking at? Saquon's back in practice. From all reports that I've seen today, he looks really good in practice. He still got 4 weeks or 3 weeks of preseason conditioning to go in games. You think I go running back if I get the first overall pick, or do I go wide receiver?
Yes. Go for the absolute best wide receiver you can.
Really?
And when the draft comes back around to you, go for the best wide receiver you can. Trust me, it's going to be all about the wide receivers this year. Now, there are exceptions to that rule, depending on what is sitting there in front of you. I mean, but generally, don't mess around because you're going to want to make sure it's a wide receiver, a guy who gets a lot of looks, gets a lot of balls thrown his way. I don't know. We should ask Russ Bliss this. But that's my take. It doesn't mean that I'm right. That's just my take. So we'll see what the expert says when we get him on here. But for me, wide receiver, if you have a shot at a good PPR running back, and then after that, you figure it out. I mean, I wouldn't even mess around. I would probably focus more on the wide receivers. Do your research, guys. Do your research. Absolutely. 888-368-1580. Phil, you're awfully quiet about that over there. You think I'm wrong, or do you think I'm right?
I think you're absolutely wrong, especially if you have the number one overall pick.
So you're being quiet, so nobody, in your league takes your advice.
I know the people in my league are listening. Your league might not be taking your advice here, but I know Boogie is a spiteful man, and I doubt I'm going to get the first overall pick. So the moment I start touting off whoever the heck I am interested in, is going to be the moment that Boogie, no matter where he goes, is going to take him just to spite me.
Draft order has not been established yet.
I knowing my luck, I don't feel like I'm going to get screwed over by a season-long injury. I'm going to get screwed over by draft slot.
You and me both. Phil. That's the way it goes.
I don't know. I mean, I had an amazing draft last year, and my team put out the highest offense of any other team 99% of the year. But everybody else had way better days against me. It was freakish. So, your draft position, your draft individual results may vary. But, you better draft good.
I will say this year, more so than a lot of other years, I think the back of the draft, we only have 10 slots here. So I'd say
we're snaking it too, by the way.
Yeah. I'd say 7 through 10, 6 through 10 even are probably the best slots to have in this year's draft.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know why you're thinking that, but you got to remember it snakes both ways. So you got to figure out, it's like, okay, you get your pick, it goes down, it comes back, you get a couple of picks, it goes down, it comes, I still think you're better off being in the top 4 or 5 positions of a draft to have a good, effective draft. I love the number 4 position when it comes my way.
If you have number 1 or number 2, I'll agree with you. Christian McCaffrey, even Dalvin Cook, I can't make an argument against those guys for being the first 2 picks. Either way you want to go. But once you get to 3 and 4, man, That's when you're starting to take the Alvin Kamara, who has serious questions, and you won't want him if Taysom Hill's the quarterback because he'll be taking away a lot of those touchdown touches.
I'm not taking
for
Alvin Kamara.
You might get Derrick Henry, who's spectacular on the ground, but doesn't offer you a
Focused
lot
on
of
running backs, man.
Well, he won't offer you a lot of.
I'm going to
passing.
enjoy watching your fantasy football season.
You should. You should. You might learn something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you how I feel after the draft. Let's be fair, because again, if I get snaked here left and right because I give away too much golden nuggets on the show, then maybe I'll feel differently. But
thank God the Russ Bliss is not in our leagues.
Thank God.
So we get some real good information. 888-368-1580. I'm gonna try to get him on the show this week.
You should.
It's starting to percolate, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, you can feel it, right? The anticipation.
Yeah, thank you, Ookla. Baker's Cocky Hen says Tim Tebow, Jags tight end. What are you guys nuts? Take him. You go ahead.
Take him with the first pick.
First chance I get. Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, also keep in mind there are college football games from Thursday before Labor Day all the way through Monday Labor Day. So yeah, that's going to be a competition there for some people. It's all right. We've already decided it'll be on August 28th. I'm going to send a note up to the goons and see what we can do with that. Hefty Lefty says, between the Pepto-Bismol ad and now the Metamucil, I feel like 1580 wants to spend more time than I already do on the porcelain throne there. We're just trying to make sure you're okay, Hefty Lefty.
Yeah, enter the office. Do your work.
Good Cat says, breaking news. No, I'm not going to do it. Come on, enough with the Kyler Murray. He says, 2019 fantasy football, I selected Barkley. 2020 draft that took Elliott. All on my first pick. Damn them running backs. Well, what have you learned, Good Cat? What have you learned? Raven Kid says, yes, Jeffrey, you and Randy should definitely take a wide receiver. That way I can get stuck with some running backs or whatever.
Amen.
Yeah, again, Raven Kid, you had to listen to what I said. I said, depending on where you are in the draft, I said it's not a concrete rule. If you got a guy, you got a good running back or whatever, like you say, it depends. There are very few of them out there, so it just depends on where you're at in the draft to decide whether or not to do that. But in general, you got to just pound away at those wide receivers. Raven Kid says, also take that Wentz guy in the second round, Jeffrey. Please do that. Raven Kid's going to be a lot of fun to play with, isn't he?
Before the injury, was there a thought in your mind?
No. Zero thought. I would never take Carson Wentz. I didn't want Carson Wentz in the Colts. So why would I take him on a fantasy football team? Turd Ferguson says, oh, snap. I went into the shop brewery for a beer and I came back and you guys are talking fantasy football. Woo! Talking fantasy football. Well, I don't know how much longer, but Just the Tip says, come on, man. I'm going to stop doing that because you guys are starting to
y'all chicken.
You're aggravating Randy. I ain't going to do that.
Oh,
so,
you talking about Kyler Murray again?
Yeah, more Kyler Murray.
There you go. There's your whistle.
I have protected you guys for a couple of them. So
now, Jeffrey O'Brien, if I may just ask one thing, you don't have to do it. Obviously, you run the leagues. You are a commissioner for the people, by the people. I am wondering though, if since we only have 10
of the people.
Yeah, of the people.
I'm really not of you.
Yeah, he's not really other. He lords above
all of you.
Yes.
Of the people. Yeah.
Jeffrey, but if there's only 10 people in each league, that means that there's going to be a lot of talent on those waiver wires.
Not playing in the league, but yeah, the players in the league. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
So you should consider making it a 3 wide receiver league for all across the board. Here's why, because with so much depth, like we've already said, there's so much depth.
No.
Okay.
Can I tell you why?
Yes, go ahead.
The rules have to be uniform across every league in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League, especially because there's money on it. Yeah. And it's got to be the same as the Premier League. The only difference in the Premier League to add an extra layer of difficulty is that there are 12 teams and not 10.
Okay.
Outside of that, every rule, every point, everything has to be the same between all of our fantasy football leagues to keep it consistent so that this guy over here is not saying something, this guy's over here, because, there is a higher dollar amount to win the fantasy football league of the Daily Blender Premier League. But that is the only difference. 12 teams and more money.
But I'm saying across the board. You should consider it because it puts an actual impetus on good wide receivers.
I don't know. No.
Okay. I just wanted to make a case.
Well, you've got the flex position.
You do. But again, once you have 3 wide receivers, that flex position really can then be your backup tight end. It really can be somebody else, as opposed to say like if you have a Devontae Adams, right? If he goes off, he can still be comparably production wise to like a DJ Shark who has a week that he goes off, and it really mitigates.
Don't do
Shark,
it. You're playing right into Uklamok's hands. You know how many times he asked for that, and I say I don't even read his damn text.
Well, I thank you.
That's for you.
Thank you. All I have to say is that it actually puts an impetus on good wide receivers. It makes
And I'm
it so
sorry,
that,
dear, if you're listening.
so that way, whenever you have a Justin Jefferson, a Devontae Adams, it puts an impetus on them and makes them more productive than not.
Oh my God, Phil, we didn't need your entire dissertation
That's
on
it.
3 wide
I'm
receivers.
done. I'm done.
Why are you starting that up again? I blame you, Phil.
I take credit.
I don't know. I'm not going to ask the opinions of the super fans because it's all going to be different thoughts.
Sure.
On whether or not there should be 3 wide receivers or 2. You know, it's what. Again, it's like, so you want 3 wide receivers and a flex?
If you think about it, that's actually more realistic to football.
Leave my damn flex alone, Phil.
No, you keep the flex. You keep the flex.
Leave my flex player alone.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this, Phil. And by the way, Randy, you ever notice that the number 3 on this show is always trying to change the bleeping rules of the fantasy football?
Yeah. I've noticed that for years now.
Oh my God. Eric Cohen, even Kaler, even Phil, everybody just wants to just get in there and mess with it. I'll talk to some people. I'll talk to some people and see what they have to say about it.
We should see what Russ has to say about it.
Right.
Leave my flex
mind your own business.
alone.
I'll talk to some people. Jiggy says, all right, Skoll is in my league. Yeah, he'll take all the Vikings players, so yeah, he's not even a factor.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, Phil, did you say you're impotent? Good Lord. Yeah.
I
Here's
may have
the
said
thing.
too much.
Impotent in which way? The swimmers or the performer? You know what I'm saying? Ref Rob says
for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
Who moved up to the Premier League from last year? I'd have to go back and look at it. We did that so early on and placed the people that I can't.
How many
recall.
leave? It's just one person leaves from Premier League or 2?
Well, Boogie's gone.
Yeah,
Boogie's
gone.
gone.
I think we had 4 leave,
Okay.
5. I can't remember it's too much time has passed since last time, but now because we have so many different leagues, it's going to have to be a new formula on how we.
You're going to have to go full UFC, where if you win your league, you move up a league, and then you go down.
No, you can't do it that way because
no.
With 12 teams and some of us, stay no matter what. The core of the show,
Sure.
and that people will come and go. And what are you pointing at the thing here? What's that?
I stay no matter what.
Yeah. I got a golden ticket too,
Yes.
which really
you
pissed
used
off
last year.
Boogie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I totally used it
Well,
last year.
You went to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory last year.
The entire show had a bad outing. My God. Anyway, so yeah, this year I'm going to take a look at everything and let you guys know. The more Daily Blender leagues we get, the harder it's going to be to get into the Premier League. So, what are you suggesting, that there's Daily Blender fantasy football leagues and then the sub league and then the Premier League?
You're going to have to, Jeffrey. I foresee this.
Yeah,
and I am the aged one on this program. I have my walking cane and I have my long beard, and I'm telling you, you're going to have to multiply yourself into many different phases to oversee. I foresee in 10 years we could have probably 150 different leagues.
Well, I'm going to hire somebody. I want to deal with you people for that long.
You're going to have to multiply
This
yourself.
is hard. It takes a lot of time, man.
I have
can
spoken,
imagine.
therefore,
I've spoken.
do what you will with it.
C-Hack says, I won't be playing in the league, but I am cheering for you, Randy.
Thank you.
Why won't you be playing in the league? Turd Ferguson says, do we still have time to join? Yes, absolutely. Send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com. I may not respond to your email right away, but here in a day or two, after we've established who's in and who's not, then I will place people in the existing leagues and we will build the new ones. So you could get into a league with some of your favorite established, Daily Blender texters. So that's That's one of the fun parts, because a couple of people I've placed already, I says, hey, by the way, you're going in this. And they're like, oh, I love that guy. So, I can't wait to kick his ass at fantasy football. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
And
All
Jeffrey, I have information for them. If they need to send information on where to go, this is where they go.
Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football.
Why does it sound so weird?
Because I put it in an oil can.
Well, you should get it off the DRR and get the clear audio. Jeez. I hate to tell you how to do your job, but I just did. Jiggy
Nice,
says, I miss Eric. Halfy Lefty says, make the kicker available as a flex option. No. Ukla says, thanks, Randy. And then put a Thunder Snow says, Randy, should I pick DJ Shark in my fantasy this year?
I'm not telling you what to do, but DJ Shark.
Time for a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic. Hit the
Your
button,
best
Bill.
plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canyer, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up. Starts your day and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m. as we get into the middle of the week, let's look at the college football preseason coaches poll. NFL camps continue. Let's take a peek into two teams with new coaches, the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. Green Bay has Rodgers in camp, but we will see a lot of Jordan Love in the preseason. Is this going to cause discontent? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in. And man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations. And they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic, you'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Our beautiful daughter, Ashley, was only 12 years old when a distracted driver went to the light and ran into our van. When an email comes over your phone or a phone call or voicemail, it's not worth it.
Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Gotta give Phil credit. You know, he doesn't care who's looking when he's exercising. He's in there doing jazzercise. I don't know what the hell that was. What are you doing in there, man?
Just trying to up the blood pressure, man.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I just feel the bed sores on my ass just growing.
Well, yeah, that's why I like to stand up here in the studio. But you're right. The board ops you can't stand because it's a sit down desk in there.
Yeah,
it was designed that way because typically board ops are just fat asses. So we just we designed it just specifically for them. so they wouldn't complain about things. Stand up. I just figured that that's what they wanted, but unfortunately, it's too late to change it. So sorry, Phil, but you feel free to do your calisthenics, on camera. Maybe people will join in with you.
Hey, I'd love to be a leader and a motivational speaker.
Yeah, more than anything, it's probably just good comedy.
Sure.
888-368-1580. Seahack says he's not playing fantasy football because he, quote, I hate the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Eagles, New York, and the entire state of California.
Hey, he didn't say the Broncos.
Well, he hates pretty much all the teams, so he can't root for a player on one of those teams. Who's your team, Seahack? I'm kind of curious. Last Optimist says, I just want Dale to show up and say he's there to talk to a horse about a man. What? Papa Mike says, sorry, I can't resist, but what was that email address again? Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Yeah, thank you. Sun Devil Niner says biggest bounce back candidate in fantasy this year. I like Zeke, but oh boy, do I hate the Cowboys, says Sun Devil Niner. Yeah, you just can't count on Zeke Elliott though. For fantasy football.
No, the biggest bounce back candidate is Christian McCaffrey.
He only played Barkley.
Yeah, both those guys.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Mr. Pringle says, let me help the air raid blender. Dusty, what do you think of the sixth dimension, specifically Turd Ferguson? He doesn't even know what the hell are you talking about.
The sixth dimension?
He just wants to hear Dusty Rhodes say Turd Ferguson, please.
Well, listen, the American dream doth erode. Listen, Daddy, when somebody takes up the show with the name Turd Ferguson, Turd Ferguson.
Yeah.
Listen, that's classic for the American dream doth erode. And if he's rooting for the Cardinals will win the damn NFC West. Listen, Daddy, when I speak it, it's the truth. That's the American dream. Dusty Rhodes, I have called it. The Cardinals will win the West.
I think all he wanted to hear was Turd Ferguson, but that's cool. Seahack says, I bleed Cardinal red. I'll be in Nashville for game 1.
Wow, good for you. That's fantastic.
Baker's
Wish I
Cocky
could go.
Hen says, I can't wait to take out Just the Tip in the Blender League number 6. Good Cat says, Cardinals are getting the Mini Cooper car as a sponsor. That would be a no-brainer right there.
Mhm.
SOL says, can I play the league on my Xbox? I don't know. As long as can you use it as a browser? Probably not. I don't know. Hefty Lefty says, whose golden pipes did you hire to do those U.S. Postal Service ads? I don't know what you're talking about. We have ads for the post office?
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, how do I find out who's in our league? Well, you click on team managers and you'll see a lot of guys should have their text or nickname as part of their team name, but nobody listens, so whatever. Just the Tip says, how about 2 regular size wide receivers and 1 half pint? I don't even know how you'd put that into fantasy football, to be honest. Why are you blowing the whistle on him? You didn't even talk
I know
about
what you're talking about.
You didn't say nothing. All right, before this gets out of control, I got a big wheel of sports to spin, so let's go ahead and get to on this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1995, the first Major League Baseball forfeit in 16 years occurred when the Los Angeles Dodgers fans, for the 3rd time during the night, threw promotional souvenir baseballs onto Dodger Stadium field. At the time of the decision to halt the game, Los Angeles was trailing the Cardinals 2-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The win was awarded to St. Louis via Dodger forfeits. Yes, because the Dodgers annoy me, I like this story. I don't hate them like I hate the Yankees, but they annoy me.
Well, I mean, what are you doing? They're promotional baseballs. You're throwing them on the field. What are you doing?
Well, I'm sure they were saying, here's a ball. Let get that signed by your favorite player. But, it's Los Angeles. It's Dodger fans. Here's what you really said to them was, here, throw this at people.
Here's ammo.
It's like handing out batteries in Philly. You don't give them ammunition.
What a shame. What a shame. And they had the probably on that game, they had the legend Vin Scully calling the game. I am surprised he did not, come out in LA Times, take out some sort of a full page ad. How disappointing on a day that could have been better than any other day. And Dodger Blue could have, Vin Scullyisms. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, Vin Scully is the only classy thing about the Dodgers ever.
I agree. Yeah.
Suck on that, LA fans. 888-368-1580. You know what? What do you say we go ahead and do it? We always run out of time.
All right.
Let's spin the wheel of sports.
I'll get out the baby oil. Let's lube it up.
Not what we're talking about. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but we all got a little bit nervous when O.J. Simpson bought a house in Scottsdale. I immediately blocked him on Twitter. And I tried to find him on Facebook to block him there because I didn't want him to accidentally find this show, hear this show, and murder me because I made a joke about him. To me, that was just good thinking. That was smart. Big George, on the other hand, started heckling him openly and telling him about this show on Twitter, trying to get us murdered just because he thought it was funny. Man. That's how you know Big George is a true friend. Anyway, OJ now spends most of his time in Vegas. Thank God for that, right? Although his parole officer has allowed him to visit his kids in Florida. But one place he's not interested in visiting is L.A., and he says for a very specific reason. He says, quote, I got trouble with L.A. People may think it's self-serving, but I might be sitting next to whoever did it, and I don't really know who did this. He's basically saying he doesn't want to sit next to or run into the real killer.
Oh, boy.
Well,
as if he didn't murder Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman.
Well, if the glove doesn't fit, Jeffrey, you must have quit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I could fake that same thing by spreading my fingers out and going, I can't get a glove on. He also said, I figured eventually somebody would confess to something. Yeah, you thought you'd slip, right? I had one suspect I told my lawyers to look at. I think he might still be involved, but I can't talk about it. That sentence just doesn't make sense. I still might think, yeah, whatever, OJ. We all know you did it. You know you did it. And why are you even talking? Well, you be quiet. Just shut up, OJ. Just
be quiet, sir.
Yeah, I'm brave enough to say that because it's like 20 plus years later. 25, something like that.
He's got bad knees.
Yeah, he ain't murdering nobody these days. He's murdering the hell out of a thing of Bengay, rubbing that stuff on himself. So anyway, just saying, he doesn't want to go back to L.A. for fear of running into the real killer. Spin the wheel, Randy. So Odell Beckham Jr. Got some dental work done. Let me show you a little bit about how that is. You see right there. He is not on the front of his teeth. I guess he saves that for whatever. This is a mock-up of his teeth. These are not his actual teeth that I'm showing you, but there's some jewelry right there, a little diamond encrusted things there on that side, and then over on this side, I think it's a heart with a diamond in it. And here he is showing off. You can kind of see in the picture there. It's back there.
Nice.
It's back there.
Yeah.
So you'll see a little bit of glitter going on in the inside of his mouth, but he's keeping the front teeth clean. And so he got some of that done. And guess how much? $1.8 million in his mouth. 13 karat diamonds.
Isn't that better though than did you see those guys, those rappers who put like the jewel in the middle of their forehead?
No.
Just asking for it.
I don't watch rap. But see, Odell Beckham Jr., what if somebody hits him and now they're all going to be looking all over the field for this diamond? I mean, I don't. Why do people do stuff like that? Why would you put 1.8 million on your teeth? Why don't you put 1.8 million in the bank? Why don't you put 1.8 million in a homeless shelter? Why don't you put 1.8 million into some counseling for your crazy brain? I mean, there's so many different things Odell Beckham Jr. could do with $1.8 million, but no, he's sticking jewelry on his teeth.
Wow.
Do you think he actually bought it? Because I know for that watch stunt that he did, where he was wearing the watch that he got fined for.
Oh, he 100% bought this.
He didn't buy the watches, and then the company gave him the money for the fine.
And none of that went well.
About the watch.
None of that really went well for them. They didn't sell hardly any watches. I think they went out of business. But this right here, he's not trying to sell nothing. He's just showing off. Oh, look at the bling in my mouth. That's it. That's all there is. And it's been verified by the people who did the dentistry. 13 karat diamonds, and this idiot put $1.8 million in his house, in his mouth. In his mouth.
The house of his mouth.
He put many houses in his mouth, basically. So, yeah. Mr. Pringle says, good show tonight, boys. And Jeffrey, Randy, air raid. Okay, stop it.
Thank you.
SOL says, great show, guys. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hefty Lefty says, 1.8 million. That buys a lot of cocaine that I know he likes to do. How do you know how much 1.8 million will buy in cocaine, Hefty Lefty?
Jeffrey, don't ask. Don't ask.
How do you know?
Don't ask.
There are things we don't need to know.
See, that was a long, sort of squinty look at Hefty Lefty. So we really should have a TV show. Spin the wheel, Randy. We can do this.
We have the technology.
So now, word is ESPN is considering adding another person to the Manning brothers ESPN2 Monday Night Football telecast.
Yes.
No.
Adam Schefter. That's actually pretty good because Adam Schefter can say, hey, here's a story on this. Oh, I heard the story on that. It kind of like when little Jay Glazer does stuff on the Fox show. Adam Schefter there, boy, he's in the know. I think that actually is kind of like having the replay official kind of nearby. The Manning brothers just sit there and talk a lot of crap, and occasionally they're like, hey, who's that guy? And Adam Schefter goes, oh, yeah, this guy over here. Oh, okay, thanks, buddy. That's it. I think that's a pretty good idea.
No, that's a horrible idea.
Why?
Just let the Mannings talk. Let them talk.
Well, they're
never going to use Shefty. Shefty would be better on a broadcast. Put Shefty in the damn booth. Put Shefty in the booth. Why does he have to be on the Manning show?
Maybe he doesn't want to be in a booth. Maybe he wants to hang out with these guys because it's more fun.
Can you blame him?
This is going to be horrible.
Well, hey, look at Phil. He's on the show he wants to be on because it's more fun.
Yeah. I've been in worse shows.
Yeah.
Same time slot.
I know.
Wow.
See?
Well, thank you.
There you go. Maybe Schefter wants to be on the ESPN version of the Daily Blender. It's the football blender with the Manning brothers.
No, it's a mistake. It's a mistake.
All right, everybody, calm down. We'll come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. and we'll do it again. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United